What's up, cockbots? This is Order of Opinion, and today we are starting our fucking Transformer series with the new release, The Last Night.
Please be the last night that I ever watched this fucking movie.
Well, honestly, it's like, this is the first time I really ever watched a movie that was just full of transgendered robots. So, I mean...
Yeah, because they can transmorph themselves into, like, a silicone dildo.
Yeah, or, like, some fucking type of, like...
Which is what I almost would have rather watched.
That would be a sick porn, dude. It's like...
Well, in Michael Bay's eyes, he probably would have put it in the 14-year-old.
Oh, God. Michael Bay has been letting his leading ladies get younger.
He's like, hey, I'm going to put a Mexican girl in there, but I'm going to make her 14. I'm still going to show her boobs. How about for the last scene, I'll explode on her?
Because only 2 out of 5 movies have had a heroine that's fucking of age. The first one, they're in high school. Second and third one, all right. But fourth one's a fucking 17-year-old. This one's 14.
Well, yeah, and he sexified the fuck out of him. Did I make that up? A sexified word? He sexified the 17-year-old because she was actually fucking hot and looked like she could have been 18. Well, yeah. So that's okay.
He was like
the 14-year-old... And it was funny because at some point she was running, she had her boobs out, and then like the next scene he put a sweater on. He's like, I'm not that big of an asshole. Just 5 minutes of it.
He's like, but
I exploded too early.
He's like, when I was watching it, I wanted to release some energon.
Then I transmorphed myself into a woman and I fingered myself.
Oh,
that's how it works, right? Everything's aliens. Aliens!
We're just lubricating some shit right in.
They're all aliens, and God had nothing to do with history because aliens did it all.
And magic. Magic is aliens.
They came to transmorphing on all the fucking dinosaurs, and there we are.
Dinosaurs are aliens.
They made Mark Wahlberg's third nipple.
It's an alien.
I'm gonna explode now. Ah! Good movie.
God, because eventually Michael Bay will himself actually explode, because that's just the way it's gonna go. And
I mean exploding by him jerking off to every scene. That's why there has to be a cut scene and like a break, because Michael Bay has to like, re-energize himself so he can jerk off again.
Oh, God. Yeah,
that's what made Shia LaBeouf go crazy. Because every time Michael Bay would show up, he'd like, explosion time, he'd smack him with his dickhead, and Shia LaBeouf would be like, oh.
That's why by
signs.
The third movie, Shia LaBeouf was like losing his mind. He's like, I just want to be important. Stop getting slapped by this director's dick.
Right?
So, yeah.
So if you want to hear shit like that, hit that fucking subscribe button.
Yeah, find us on iTunes and fucking SoundCloud.
Or if they're on iTunes, if they're
You'd have to assume they're on something.
And if you're on SoundCloud, go to fucking iTunes, okay? And stop listening to Tokyo Drift on fucking SoundCloud.
Or just keep doing it. How about only listen to Tokyo Drift on SoundCloud? Because that'd be great.
And all the people that are, reposting our shit, I don't know why. You must have some sickness about you, but thanks.
It's very much filth.
And if you like hearing rape jokes, then you're the kind of person that we like to hear our show.
Yeah, and you'll probably share it. Just like you shared a
rape.
And
I get why we don't get many comments, because who would want to comment on some of the shit that we say?
Well, you know who really likes our jokes is that fucking Duke lacrosse team. They're all about it. They're sharing it amongst each other. They're like, this reminded us of that one time.
Well, and the celebrity woman abusing group.
Yeah, and that fucking, God.
I think our number one fan might be Amber Heard now.
God,
Amber, we did it for you.
Or maybe
so that fucking scumbag who now wants to assassinate the president won't beat on you.
Yeah, is he really going to assassinate the president?
He might slap him to death.
He might fucking
like he did his girl.
Flail around a little bit.
Like, I'm going to choke you with me scoff, mate, and I'm going to hit you around with me cock.
Or maybe he'll make a movie so bad that Trump has a heart attack.
No, I think Trump's his orangeness is going to eventually just eat him alive.
I wonder if
Trump looks like a tangerine crayon.
Knowing Trump, too, I'm sure someone told him, like, hey, Johnny Depp doesn't like you, and he looked at him like, who the fuck is Johnny Depp?
He's like, he's that cocksucker that plays a pirate. He's like, what pirates?
He's like, there's
I never
movies?
Heard of pirates. So those are Somalians? We gotta kill them.
I
made travel ban! Yeah. So
the fucking Caribbean, you say?
Speaking of Pirates of the Caribbean, that's our last series that we just finished, so check that out. It's a bunch of schmegma rape and fucking Johnny Depp beating women jokes, because that's what he does.
Pirate
and that's
voices.
Who he is. And, and now he's going to assassinate a president, so good for you, Johnny.
Yeah.
Keep spending fucking $1 million on wine a day, and eventually have to soak tampons in it and shove it up your ass to get drunk, and you'll die from liver cancer, hopefully within the next 2 years, because you're a fucking scumbag.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And you could show up at Disney whenever you like, because apparently that's what I just heard the other day. That like he just shows up to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride dressed as Jack Sparrow sometimes, scabies and all.
Yeah, sometimes he does.
And he's just like, oh, Savi.
Then people are like, is that an impersonator? He's like, no, I'll hit your wife for free.
We'll charge her first.
Yeah. I hope I don't get charged.
Those are episodes 52 through 56. All those are out. Go listen to Fast and Furious, okay? That's our fucking golden child, and that's the best movie series ever created.
That is the golden child.
Those are episodes 44 through 51. We've done Star Wars, Harry Potter, X-Men, because apparently people don't care about X-Men as well.
We did half of the Legion. Fucking
yeah, we did series. A TV show too. If you don't want to listen to that, just skip it.
Yeah,
because we skipped it. Yeah, we did two. We did the first 5 episodes and decided not to do the end because it fucking sucked.
Yeah, it was terrible. I didn't even want to.
It's an FX show about X-Men. That's why. It wasn't about Nightcrawler's gayness or Gambit's semi-gayness.
Which honestly sounds like it would be good because they show X-Men so goddamn much. You think they'd have memorized how it should go by now?
No.
Nope. Not at all.
Yeah, and if you want to hear our... because we're going to make you hear our release schedule. If you want to listen... If you want to see our release schedule, just follow us on Facebook and give us like 1 out of our 10 likes because we don't give a fuck about... Ooh, like me on Facebook.
Yeah,
Poke
be my
asshole.
friend. I'm talking to you, Spider-Man. But speaking of fucking release schedules, listen to them, watch them, fucking look at them. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And
we're on Twitter. We say some shady shit on Twitter too, and just a bunch of buffoonery. So if you like that kind of shit, check it out. Especially our Johnny Depp tweets.
Those release schedules.
That one you put out about
Johnny Depp smackums.
No. It was the hashtag celebrity cereal.
No, it was like fucked up cereal names.
No, it was celebrity cereal.
Was it?
Yeah. And you were like Johnny Depp's Honey Smackums. That was the greatest tweet in the history of the world. And I hope people like watched it, listened to it,
or fucking saw it. Yeah, speaking of the release,
so we'll have release schedules for Transmorphers. And no, we won't be talking about Caitlyn Jenner.
Dude, I feel like we shouldn't even put the dates on them anymore. Like, we should just put the 5 pictures and like, this is what we're doing.
You know they're gonna come out. Transformers, new release, shit's coming out. We're doing the series. And if you fucking hate the series, listen to what we're going to talk about it, because I fucking hate it as well.
Yeah. I mean, no one's told us to stop yet.
And we're going to keep doing it until you guys realize that this is the greatest show ever created. We're going to do more and more movie series, even if it comes down to what? We're going to do the machetes. There'll be a 3rd machete by then.
Yeah, it's going to come down to us talking.
What's that dude's name?
God, now I can't remember. Don Julio?
Yeah.
Benicio del Toro?
His face looks like the moon after the Transformers fucking jumped all over it.
Oh my God, right?
He is the ugliest motherfucker in history.
How does your skin get like that? You got hit with too many prickly pear cactuses?
And he drank and ate too much cactus.
God.
So yeah, the last night, Transmorphers. I wanted to transmorph into a woman and fucking finger myself, because that's the only way I was going to get pleasure out of this.
God.
It's Michael Bay setting up his exploding orgasms to underage women.
He's like, it's funny because it's almost like Fast and Furious in the sense they're like, how ridiculous can we get?
Yeah.
But in this one, because it's Transformers...
There's less action, I feel like, in this one.
Yeah.
Because
less.
the fucking Halo world all of a sudden has to fall on the Earth now.
Well, and a lot of the action is just running away.
Yeah.
Or joking.
Oh, yeah.
How's joking action now?
Well, in every Transformers movie, it's just about, hey, we have a problem now as humans, and we need Optimus Prime. Wait, Optimus Prime isn't going to be here for a fucking 1/3 of the movie. Where the fuck is he? Oh, when he shows up, he's going to kill a bunch of people, and then he fights someone that may be equal strength and speed as him, and he fucking gets his ass whipped. Then we have to tell Prime to get back up.
Yeah.
Then he wins. Then he tells us at the end of it, hey, dude, I know we destroy your world every fucking 2 years, and some asshole spends $5 billion to show how we destroy it, but now you have to live with us, cocksuckers, so deal with it.
Nah. And by the 4th one, they're like, we're getting off this fucking planet. You guys don't appreciate us for blowing you up so many times.
Yeah. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
We're not protecting shit.
It's like we gave you technology. It's like
even though it was our metal jizz that got this fucking place in a ratchet place anyways.
Oh, God.
It's like, Jesus Christ. And... you know, Michael Bay has to set up his exploding orgasms in some historical context, right? Because what's the first one?
First one is
energy, like technology.
Technology,
right? The invention of technology. Because remember, they were like, yeah, this is all in every electric vibrating dildo.
Came out of this faggot.
They're the ones that make these little FX lightsabers that you fags buy.
Then the second one was like, oh yeah, remember the pyramids? Those were built for something.
Yeah.
By the Transformers.
It wasn't those fucking Jew slaves that you thought it was.
Yeah, unless you fucking say that the Transformers enslaved the Jews, which they probably did.
Yeah, knowing the way they are.
Yeah,
because if you just show up and you're sort of annoying or like fruity, they're gonna clap at you.
That's what they're fucking
gonna
down
call
to
you.
do.
And Michael Bay, apparently, the way the script is written or however he explodes on the fucking paper, everyone's a bitch. Every girl's a bitch. Every guy's a dickhead.
And everything's falling to shit.
And every robot that's sort of like edgy is black.
Yeah, that's true.
Mohawk was famous Dex. Like, he's fucking famous. He's like, yeah, yeah,
I always thought that Bumblebee was black until they fucking, like, made him really white.
Bumblebee's like a Drake, you know?
He's beige.
Bumblebee's like Drake, yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, and yeah, so historical context. Second one was, you know, the
pyramids,
whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
They made Jews build the pyramids. The third one is about the moon.
Yeah, the moon landing.
And how JFK, you know, fucked Marilyn Monroe in the ass, and everyone forgot about that.
Like, I got the chow out.
And the fourth one was about fucking dinosaurs and how their metal jizz turned them into fucking super creatures.
More metal jizz.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, dude. It's
starting
starting
and
to
now
get
this one. Now this one.
The Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah, the
Transformers.
Camelot and his band of men with schmegma, right? And that cocksucking lush Merlin. He's a cocksucker.
He's like, I'll suck your robot dick if you help my friends.
And apparently, which, first off, I have because I'm not white, nor do I care about any Celtic pride or fucking anything about
They're
Merlin
English.
using his staff. Or anyone that has staph infection back in those days. Those were dirty motherfuckers as well. The only medieval thing I ever played with was Spawn.
Yeah. They did have medieval Spawn.
Yeah. Mark Wahlberg was trying to play with Merlin's dead dick, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, man, just a dried out guy with a wooden staff. I'm going to blow him. First, I'm going to throw it out.
God damn it. What if he just broke the dick off and threw it? Like, that'd be hilarious.
What if the staff was Merlin's fucking cranky old bone dick?
And she had to grab onto it and all of Merlin turned into the staff. And then just a little bit of ooze leaks out the top.
It'd be cool if all that was happening if she was hanging upside down.
Here's one I never...
This is a spoilers movie. We're going to talk about every single fucking thing in this movie, by the way. Because it was hilarious at the end because he was like, hey, you British cunt, I'm tired of hearing your bullshit. So now that we're in orbit, I'm just going to fucking swing you around and throw you. And if you don't land on that staff, at least you'll probably die from the staff.
I think that was his plan. He was like, all right, well, fuck it, right? He's like,
I still have this coin fucking stopping my dick from touching anything.
That's what was that, dude? Was that like power armor or something?
That was a way to chase him.
That was.
It only locked onto his third nipple and his ball sack.
And it gave him a really fucking huge sword for some reason that he can block fucking Transformers with. Great. Regardless.
Yeah, it looks weird because Mark Wahlberg, for some reason in movies, looks like he's 4'10".
He is 4'10". You didn't know that?
I know he has midget arms.
That's why they always film pointing up at an angle.
What is it about Mark Wahlberg where, like... Okay, so say you're watching, like, let's say, for example, you're watching like somebody like Mel Gibson, right?
Yeah.
You're somehow interested in Mel Gibson's, like, character in his life for some reason. So people can hate on him. He's a Jew hater, whatever.
Yeah,
he's a fucking scumbag, and half of his movies are about killing Mexicans, or Asians.
Yeah. Or
which
Jesus.
He, for some reason, when he's in movies, like, you want to care about his character, whatever he's going through. Every time you watch Mark Wahlberg, you're like, all right, he sort of looks like he could be good at action, although he's like 4 feet tall and he doesn't really do anything cool. And on top of that, he's a terrible fucking actor.
Well, yeah, he is pretty fucking terrible, and he honestly looks like he gained too many muscles. Like, his arms are fucking barrels.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Well, it looks weird because if you took all of his skin on the top of his muscles and his shoulders and put it on his bottom part of his body, he'd probably be bigger.
Well, he'd be taller.
No, he'd be less bigger.
Could he just add fucking muscle to the bottom of his feet? It's like, I gained 3 inches.
No, he can make a reality show about his other shitty brothers that no one give a fuck about that look retarded in him.
Dude, wouldn't that be hilarious? That's
and his shitty mom that's like, oh my god, you guys aren't... Where's my other house?
That's how I feel.
We're from Boston.
That's how I feel about the bald ones. Alec Baldwin must look at his brothers and he's like, these greasy fucking scumbags.
No. Which Baldwin? They're all greasy scumbags.
The main greasy scumbag. Yeah. He looks at the rest of them, he's like, you drug addicts.
He's a fucking drug addict.
Did Alec Baldwin, was he a drug addict?
I mean, he looks like one.
Well, he just looks like
he looks like he smokes oxys off foil boats. That's all I'm saying.
Angry old white guy. That's why.
Wahlberg too is just he's one of those people where like he was like, dude, you know what? I'm not really good at anything, so I'm just gonna do a bunch of shit, and eventually it'll work out over time. And that's exactly what happened.
He's like, I'll just throw shit at the wall and hope it sticks.
And on top of that, I'm just gonna have a nice body, and that'll carry me for a while.
Yeah, at least a fortnight. No, it's been many a year since he's transcended white rap.
Well, I mean, dude, when he flexes his third nipple, fucking girls fall apart.
Well, that was the good vibration. That's what people don't know, is when he flexes his third nipple, it vibrates.
Come on.
Push it. He was really talking about pushing that ass.
But anyways, so fucking they talk, somehow Stonehenge is related to Mark Wahlberg's third nipple, right? And that somehow made me didn't understand Stonehenge even more.
Yeah. The Stonehenge was literally...
I didn't get it.
This is a portal to the ship to give the staph infection to the lady on the ship.
Yeah, well, that's the Transformer world, right? That's why Optimus Prime was fooled by the lady Transformer, because she's like the Smurf lady.
The prime of
life. She takes
life.
in all the transmorphian sperm, and she's fucking a bunch of tentacles floating around, and she can create life. She drops seedlings out of her asshole, and that makes life anywhere, right?
Yeah, this was a dumb villain. Prime of life or dyslexia or whatever the fuck her name was.
What's her name?
I don't know. Fuck her.
Was it like Comfortia or some shit?
Yes, it was exactly. She was every man's dream because she always came first. Anyway, yeah, what a dumb villain because she hung back for most of it, and then she was just like doing some magic for the rest of it, and then
she looked like some fucking Marvel vs. Capcom character.
Yeah, she does. What is that character called? The dark dude.
Yeah.
Fucking
the bitch that had like a bunch of swords and a bunch of arms.
Her. I was thinking of the fucking
She could
dude.
jerk you off and kill you at the same time.
I was thinking of the dude that's all black that just has tentacles coming out of him. Who the fuck was that from the second one?
Oh, I don't remember.
Like Darkstride or some stupid shit like that. God.
I guess we're doing video game reviews now too.
You might as well.
And what's Mark Wahlberg? So that essentially the lady, because she is Lady Smurf. Every Transformer jizzes his transmorphian in her, right?
How is she on the planet and no one knows who she is?
I didn't know who she was.
Well, even Megan.
You mean I thought you meant on the actual planet?
No, the planet. The planet of Energon.
Yeah.
Where the fuck it's
just Halo. I gotta look for my another energy sword. That's how I gotta kill her.
Optimus Prime's like, who the fuck are you? And what's this guy doing here?
And she just bitch slaps him with her period. Because apparently if you whoever she bitch slaps gets like a red period fucking stain on his face. Which is what I'm assuming she did to Megatron.
Yeah.
And she got really pissed about him because when he tried to eat her out, she was like, dude, what the fuck is up with your razor sharp teeth?
He's like, I wanted to look like the Predator.
She was like, dude, Optimus Prime has no teeth because he's an old fuck. And Optimus Prime, like a fucking scumbag and a jackass, just shot himself into space. He's like, yeah, the only thing I can kill you humans, I'm going to shoot myself into space.
Bro, that part of the
what
fucking...
jackass.
The end of the fourth one, that was what's hilarious, because you're like, I'm gone, I'm going into space, and they start this one with him just floating in space, like, I am Optimus Prime, and this was a mistake.
Well, he had no more humans to piss off anymore. Because in the fourth one, he kept telling Mark Wahlberg, he's like, you fucking humans, you assholes, what the fuck did you guys do? And Mark Wahlberg's like, dude, first off, I just picked your stupid ass up. You were going to die in a fucking movie theater as it got demolished, you scumbag. Right?
That senile guy was about to blow you up.
Yeah, he was like, bitch, and I've done nothing I've done everything that you've told me to fucking do. And now you're blaming me as if I'm the reason why. And it's funny because Optimus Prime he doesn't even ask world leaders or like political leaders anymore what they think. He's just sort of like, oh, this guy doesn't like us, so that means fucking everyone hates us. Fuck you, assholes.
That's one guy, and in the fourth one, it was a businessman.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, I get the world hunting you, but for good fucking reason.
He owned a business.
Business was
like, don't you get that we don't want you here anymore?
It's like, leave. They're like, but there's going to be problems caused by the Transformers, so we need to stay. It's like, okay, leave.
Megatron's going to eat all your asses, and it's going to look gross.
I think that's why by this one they had to say, like, oh yeah, Earth is Unicron.
Yeah.
Because it's the arch nemesis.
Earth is now a fucking Bowser turtle, right?
Right, and that's what they had to say that so that you couldn't just be like, why are the Transformers not leaving?
And what's Mark Wahlberg doing best in this movie? Being a lower working middle class asshole that collects junk and never gets any money from it, right?
Yeah, and
he's
one
broke
especially.
And is still alone, dreaming about his 18-year-old daughter that he touched for the last 10 years.
He even says, he's like, don't you do this for the money? He's like, what fucking money?
That's why I didn't want her to have a boyfriend. So you can fuck her.
It's like,
I can legally fuck my daughter. I
Ha
probably would have done the same thing.
His daughter was hot.
Well, first off, maybe like other lower working middle class white people, you assume he killed his wife.
That's it for the insurance money. You have to assume it.
How else did he get that house? Because he's been a scumbag since day one.
Well, he probably bought the house on a mortgage and hasn't paid it for fucking...
Well, yeah, and he's like, yeah, my daughter's off on college and I just put her in debt just like me.
It's like, yeah, instead of living within my means, I need a whole farm I'll never use.
Now that's his whole life, right? Because the Autobots are like, oh, we're under the Trump travel ban. Oh my god, and he has to keep them in his fucking. Well, yeah, and the only place they can fucking refuge is in, which is now I don't know if he was trying to make this timeline like modern day, but it's in Castro's Cuba.
Well, it's the other Castro
and
brothers.
free red beans and rice for all the Transformers.
Yeah, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Castro is still in charge.
Like, didn't he die?
Yeah, Fidel Castro did. His brother took over.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a fucking dictatorship.
That's right. And what's their economy? Puig salary?
Like any baseball player's salary and fucking cigars that they can't sell to people.
And Russia's like, yeah, bitch, we're not going to give you any more money, and if you want some, we're going to hack you. I read a whole thing on how Russia, like, hacked Ukraine and, like, started a cyber war with them just to test out how good they'd be in cyber warfare.
And then they fucking actually attacked.
So we better hope we're cool, Russia, and we better hope that orange crayon fucking does something with the Russians.
If they can rig our election, we're fucked.
Hey, by the way, the only reason we're saying that is because the Russian Federation person downloaded our shit.
Yeah, so...
Apparently, they like to hear Johnny Depp beating jokes just as much as everyone else.
If that's one of Putin's spies, they can suck my dick.
And if it's one of Putin's spies, keep listening, bro.
Yeah.
We're the key.
We are the key to taking down America. We're the key to how Americans really feel. All you have to do is start a race war in America.
Well, apparently we can say we can kill the president. Apparently that's allowed to be said now.
No, it is not. He got
okay, Johnny Depp... No, he didn't. He just implied that has an actor ever assassinated the president.
Yeah, see, that's an
And then
implication.
someone raised their hand. They're like, well, how many actors of those have beat a woman? He's like, that's me, mate.
You have the advantage. I don't think you can say, like... I don't even want to test it, because the moment we release this, I'm going to have fucking NSA knocking on my door. But you can't say that
according to this movie, TFN.
Yeah,
He's like, what can most sound like any fucking TV network? Oh, TFN.
Yeah, the Transformer Network.
Oh, they're bad, by the way. Oh, my God.
Are we, though?
That's where the Sector 7 Armenians hanging out with all the Transformers, right? He's
on
playing
Cuba. Playing beach ball.
Volleyball.
Transformium.
Yeah, and, Optimus Prime shot himself in space like a fucking idiot. We don't know what the fuck he was doing. And like I said, apparently Robot Pussy is the ultimate manipulator. Yeah. Because she had him under a spell immediately.
It's like...
She's like, yeah, we can bring back your planet, but you're going to have to kill Earth, the thing that you've been fucking protecting the last 20 years, I'm assuming.
I'll have to give that to Shia LaBeouf. He's the only dude in the series that isn't, like, pussy whipped. He's like, all right, he's like, all right, I get it, but
I mean, he went extra hard for the pussy, but he's not pussy. I mean, he was sort of pussy whipped.
When?
When he went to college.
No, he wasn't. He was down to, like, start making out with that chick the moment she hit on him. He was like,
yeah,
he's
like, yeah, I got a boner. I can't control it.
And then even after this...
I'm going to rap about it.
His chick catches him, fucking, what is that actress's name? Megan Fox?
Yeah.
Even after she catches him, they never touch on the subject again. He doesn't apologize. He's like, yeah, that happened.
That's true. Yeah, but about this movie, so now she had 12 nights that took the staff out of her cooch, and now she can't make seeds anymore.
They were the guardians of her dildo.
Yeah, and Merlin gave her staph infection. Something happened like that. Something about King Arthur and just something gay that no one cared. Like, did they not notice that King Arthur, they tried to make him look like a 70s drug dealer, and it didn't even work? That only made $11 million this year. You're going to make something where you went from dinosaurs now to King Arthur just so you could put Hannibal in it so it looks like his eye is eating his other eye? Jesus. And we could see the progression of how fucking ugly he looks like he is a cannibal.
Well, and they had to do 3/4 scale C-3PO, too.
Hannibal, Anthony Hopkins looks like he's becoming an eye zombie.
Yeah, he is. He's starting to eat himself.
Yeah, and the one thing I will like about this one, because I fucking hate him, is Optimus decompressing time that he needs. Apparently someone petted him too long and he had to decompress. This time his decompressing was the whole movie.
Yeah, he just had to leave. He was like, get out of here, Optimus Prime.
And he sucked as Optimus Prime protecting Earth. And even as Nemesis Prime, he sucked at trying to destroy Earth for
Optimus,
his own planet.
Optimus Prime's
terrible.
just a dickbag, and he sucks at everything, right?
Yeah,
That's
he's
what
terrible.
I thought too. I was like,
he
dude,
just
what
comes
the
into his
fuck?
Popeye moment. He's like, yeah, I'm going to kill like 5 people that don't matter. I'm going to chop 6 heads off at once.
He's just like, maha.
Oh, some asshole can fight as good as me. I'm going to lose to Bumblebee now. What a cocksucker.
Oh god.
Yeah, and and that's Michael Bay's $5 billion right there.
Was that
Showing
one
how much
scene?
of a cocksucker Transformers is.
He spent so
He's
much
like,
money just hating on Transformers.
We'll save money on pissing you off by switching to full screen and widescreen, though, every other 2.5 seconds.
It's like
It was like a fucking Western Saloon revolving door of that shit, bro. I was over it.
To get annoying. I didn't even notice it the first time.
God. Because we watched it twice.
Yeah.
We watched it twice. I feel like I was seeing Mark Wahlberg have 6 nipples at this point.
Well, because
Well,
we
he-
saw it in 3D. That way he never fully takes his shirt off. He just lifts it up to show his abs.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that's why those abs are like even shorter than normal abs.
Yeah.
Like they're very miniature abs.
It's like I work very hard on my abs because I got a third nipple.
But it is true. I feel like the go-to role for Mark Wahlberg is being a working class white man. Let's think about it. Even like he's the go-to guy for like a normal person in a disaster movie, a biography disaster movie, right?
What do you think he would be if he weren't acting? He'd be some lower middle class white person.
Well, he does that commercial too.
Oh god.
He's like, "Hey, look how short I look in different environments."
It's like I spy of my height.
They were like, "Dude, we had to make Ted like extra small just so you look bigger." God.
That was a handheld teddy bear. That wasn't even like that big.
Because Deepwater Horizon, the Boston bombing marathon, like he's just a cop or an oilman. Like he's
Someone
fucking working
boring,
white
yeah.
collar. And in this one, he's the working class man that literally thinks he can work as a contractor by himself, and he collects junk that never. I couldn't even speak. I can't count on my fucking hands how many people I know in real life that are like Mark Wahlberg, that are low working class white people.
He's trying to fix shit. Jesus.
Trying to fix his life.
Well, that's what it seemed like, yeah.
Yeah, and and Hannibal just wanted to show the people the progression of his dementia and his ugliness, and just so he could tell people to shut up. He's like, just as long as I tell people to shut up in this movie, get me in there.
Shut the fuck up, right? He's like, I just want a hand job. God, I'm old. I can't do it myself. I got arthritis.
Oh, and by the way, I gave the movie a 1.8
Oh, I gave it
out of 10.
I gave it a 1 solid. That's it.
The movie is fucking trash.
It's the worst movie ever. The only reason I
Right,
gave it a 1 was sort of the action, but even then,
Oh
like,
god,
Jesus.
this was the worst. I think this was the worst action out of all the movies.
I think it's the worst action movie I've ever seen.
I think I would have rather seen Merlin get drunk enough to eat his own schmegma. That would have been a better movie.
Honestly, I'd watch any Steven Seagal movie over this.
Well, Steven Seagal's great.
Yeah, but his movies are bad.
I would have rather seen The Legacy and The Voyage of that Indian. That
Life of
'cause
Pi?
That's what's Mark. No, the Indian reservation guy.
Oh, I thought you were talking. You said The Voyage of the Indian.
This is protected land.
Right?
I am red.
Like,
He's a-
what was he?
Apparently, Mark
Indian.
Wahlberg said, "Fuck him."
It's
He's like, "Hey, what's up, you tribal chief?" He's like, dude, that's pretty fucking racist. Can you get your white ass back on my... And stop stealing my cruiser, motherfucker.
What's funny is
I'm an actual policeman.
What's funny is he calls him the tribal chief. He's like, yeah, that's racist. He's like, but what he actually says that's racist, he's like, oh, you getting on the horse to get into that whole tribal chief thing?
You red bastard.
You red bastard. And he just gets, he's like, don't call me chief and fuck you.
Well, the way he said it was so... Like, when the cops were showing up, right? Because another Trump thing, in my opinion, that they try and do, because, Trump is, like, putting oil
pipeline?
cockamamie things on reservationist lands, whatever. That's his plan. As if the Native Americans won't profit off that, right?
How would they profit?
They're going to get paid for it. It's their land.
Yeah,
just like casinos, motherfucker.
Their land is worthless.
And they're still... Exactly!
No, I mean, like, they're not paying them for the oil.
And motherfuckers are complaining about, like, oh, we have to live off this river. It's like, you have to live off a river still, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Like, there's Brita filters.
Because they're getting
there
block cheese from the government.
And he's like, they're trying to make us buy water bottles and processed cheese.
No, they mail them water bottles and processed cheese. The government still does that.
That's my point. What is wrong with that?
Well, that's why they need the water, so they can catch fish, because they're poor. It's like growing up where I grew up.
Bro, the reservations aren't like that. They're not
Not
like
all
that.
of
These
them,
are
no.
normal-ass people in reservations. They have fucking homes. They have cars.
You mean to tell me they're not in teepees anymore?
I mean, some of them probably are. I know all of them probably make fried bread. That's for sure. That's what the guy was saying. He was like, hey, this is sacred land. I'll give you fried bread. That'll solve all.
Fried bread is good.
So the movie, let's just get off that conversation.
You don't even need ketchup.
Why do Native Americans, like, real talk? I know it's fucked up, but why do they look like white people that are brown?
Why do they still talk like they're like super proper plantation owners? When they never.
The movie starts off with fucking Camelot and his people fucking dying of schmegma, right?
Yeah, they're getting fucking murdered by some barbarians or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Firing spiky big old balls at
Yeah,
them.
I thought I was watching Gladiator fucking .05.
Oh,
Like,
God,
I didn't know,
right?
there was just fire and arrows coming. I actually, the second time we went, I had to take a fucking dump and had to get food, so I missed that whole part.
You
But
didn't
who
miss
gives a
much.
fuck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Merlin drinking his own sperm.
Yeah, because literally they're like, we're waiting for Merlin to show up, and they're like, Merlin's a fucking drunk. And King Arthur's like, you gotta believe, man, because I'm stupid as fuck.
Yeah, he's like, hey, you want to give me that staff? Because now we have a fucking metal dragon we can control, right? He can go fight Godzilla.
Yeah, Merlin talks to the Transformer. He's like, let me handle your dick and break it off you real quick, and then fly around and kill the barbarians
Well,
for me.
is it the red Transformer or the red Spartan? Because I thought that was fucking Halo.
Right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Master Chief's like, all right, I got this.
I'm actually a girl, you cunt.
That's not a dick.
Yeah, and then Merlin now has the magic staff where he sends his fucking transmorphian dragon that can turn into Caitlyn Jenner and a dragon, and it'll rape you and fuck you. And that's what happened.
That's right. And all the while
They beat those dirty barbarians because they weren't fighting for anything, for any rights for themselves, right?
And they win.
They win, right?
They win. And then
apparently in Merlin time, Camelot time, there's black guys.
at least
some guy that
one
looked like
black guy in power.
He looked like a grimy random Wu-Tang rapper, right?
Well, that's what I always like about these medieval and like Greek and all that shit. No one was racist towards black people because slavery like that didn't exist.
Yeah.
It's only in America
Yeah.
that shit
They were,
happened.
as far as they're concerned, they were as dirty as everyone else. Everyone was dirty.
Yeah. They're
They
like,
ate bread and ate disgusting day-old soup that was cold.
In fact, like back then, I don't know about this specific time, but Africa was quite a fucking nation.
Yeah.
They had some cold out the ass.
Yeah, right? Yeah, and fucking Optimus is frozen, floating around like some cryogenic sperm. What a cocksucker, dude.
Literally, he's like, this was a mistake.
Oh, no, excuse me, before that's like, because this is important, because Michael Bay needs to make us sit for 2 hours and 30 minutes and recognize every symbol that he puts out so that we can not care about it later.
Right?
He's like, oh, without sacrifice, no victory.
Oh!
Yeah. I have to sacrifice my freedom if I have to have sex with these underage girls. Jesus. Yeah, Optimus Prime like a fucking jackass is floating around in space.
And then they have to
Watch the end of the fourth movie if you don't really see how stupid it really is. As he flies off into fucking space, and the next time we see Optimus Prime is him getting frozen, floating around in it.
Like, he makes it back to his planet, granted, but his goal is to attack the planet.
Yeah.
Like, to fly and attack his creator. This fool launched himself into space and was helpless.
Yeah, because he was so pissed off that he was created, right?
Of course, but in case you were too dumb, they had to voice over the fact that Prime left Earth.
And the voiceover was from Hannibal, right?
Yeah.
So it sounded like a Hannibal movie. It was weird. It was awkward. I felt violated.
It's like he had to get out.
Clarice.
That's me sucking your cunt, Clarice. You know, that was an ad-lib?
He's like...
Him doing that was an ad-lib because he used to do it on set and it would piss
Really?
her off and it would freak her out, so he did it in the scene to freak her out.
Huh.
Because apparently he stayed in character the entire time.
And they cut over to, the Armenian guy from the first movies. Or I don't even know if he's Armenian.
Yeah, they're like, the claws are coming. Yeah.
And what was that?
The claws?
And because at the end, Hannibal as Optimus Prime is floating away like a dickbag. Like, Hannibal's like, yeah, there's pretty much no point to their lives, but here's the movie.
It's like Transformers fucking
Look at my
suck.
eye swindle around in my weird fucking eye socket.
Codman. Cogsman? Cod piece. Get over here. Smell my taint.
I have the advantage on you.
Nah.
I tried to find every gay robot in this town.
Couldn't find C-3PO, though.
The Armenian's he's complaining about not good enough shaved ice in Cuba, whatever the fuck was doing.
He's like, there's no ice in this mojito.
He's like, hey, I can only fuck 16-year-olds. I thought the age was 14 over here. You promised me, Michael Bay.
He's like, how am I
Michael
supposed
Bay's
to cool
like,
down?
dude, just explode things around. The age will change.
That's right. And they're like, now there's a war between Transformers. 2 races. Which side will you be on?
Well, I think at one point, Hannibal said he was like, the 100 billion trillion million penises I've ate in my life. It's irrelevant to this plot.
Nothing compares. Right? And they're like, they just keep coming. Why are the Transformers coming still?
Maybe because there's a fucking seed that we threw in space. Yeah!
Maybe if we weren't as dumb as they were, this wouldn't have all happened.
And then it cuts over to some fucking kids, right? So already there's been a random voiceover who we don't recognize. Optimus Prime is frozen. The Armenian's back from the third one. And now there's kids.
Oh, and they
so
find
within
out...
the span of like fucking 2.5 minutes, there's already been 9 characters that we don't fucking care about being introduced. Right?
They also explained the Energon's floating towards Earth now.
Yeah.
Fast.
God, yeah.
3 days.
Yeah. The Halo planet will connect to us, and we're going to have to play Xboxes the rest of our lives.
Yeah, and then so basically
so they had that black kid that, you know, I don't smoke with cigarettes.
Right? And they rehashed the Goonies, essentially, except for that black kid's a little fucking thief. He's like, I'm gonna steal some shit. I don't know about
He's
y'all.
like, shit, man, we kids, we get away with everything.
Come on. And Tyrese was like, for real? Can I steal your sandwich?
Well, it was funny because they walked down, they're like, y'all want to see some dead... Like, it was like a scene out of Boys in the Hood. He's like, yo, you want to see some dead robots, motherfucker?
No, it was Stand By Me, bro.
No, you don't remember Boys in the Hood?
Well, yeah, they have that, but you've seen Stand By Me, right?
No,
They're like,
no.
oh, let's go to the train tracks and see a dead body.
Yeah, well, apparently that black and white kids think alike. And he's like, they're like, man, it was TFA who shot him. He's like, shit, my daddy says someone came up to you, you clap him.
Like God sort him out. It's like, that's why my daddy dead.
All the kids are like, all right, dude.
It's like, yeah, that's why you live with your mom now, bro.
And they had like, there was like some Arab robot, and you have the Gimp Wally.
Yeah,
he's floating around like her fucking...
The Sultan
her automatic trash can was floating around. She was like, transmorph into it.
The fucking, the salty ass old night robot wakes up, and then you see some 2-legged fucking, basically ATSTs walking by. And they're like, halt your children. You can't be here. This is a restricted area.
And of course the robot picks out like only the black kid, right?
Yeah, he's like, oh shit.
he's like, oh, smokes with cigarettes. And, of course, what does he have? Let's introduce another fucking character that we care about. Oh, wait, it's a 14-year-old showing off her cleavage. Woohoo!
Is that a Puerto Rican or a Cuban?
She's like, hey, puto, I'm going to throw a Ninja Turtle ooze bomb at you.
Look at me, I'm Hispanic and I know Spanish, man.
And, of course, what do they have? Like, the black kids freaking out and the pervert white kids trying to holler at her.
Yeah, and they just fucking...
That was sort of funny, right?
Yeah,
you would expect in these movies, the way that Michael Bay sets it up, the black guy's going to holler at her.
No, the black kid's like, I almost had a heart attack from the diabetes I already have. And the white kid's like, hey...
He's like, yeah, dude, maybe you should have been eating Cheetos the last 3 meals for the last 3 years. So she's like, hey, I have this robot named Canopy, and it's an actual fucking canopy.
It's like, isn't this the coolest Transformer? It's like, what?
And he's like, yeah, and I got some walking automatic trash can.
Yeah, he can't transform. He's not even a Transformer.
His eyes aren't even electronic. They're just buttons.
He's one of those retarded Transformers we made. Actually just made him from the dicks of other Transformers.
And the white kid's like, yeah, I know it's too young, but hey, we're in a Michael Bay movie. Can I lick your pussy? She's like, dude, for all you're concerned, that robot over there, it fucks me. And you're like, whoa, Michael,
He's like,
whoa.
So how long has your pussy been stretched?
She's like, yeah, Latino privilege. Y'all got some big-ass houses. Y'all know what any struggle's about. I got to eat off the dirt. Sometimes I eat dirt.
The Mexican kid's like, Orale, I live in a condo, Holmes.
And she's butthurt about Canopy because that was the first one to molest her. That was a weird, like, child molesting relationship as well.
Yeah, because Canopy gets fucking clapped.
Yeah, he gets clapped.
The military, like, hunts him down with a tomahawk missile.
Yeah.
Blows his fucking chest out. She's like, I'll fix you. He's like, I don't have a heart, you idiot. She's like, but I can fix that. And even Mark Wahlberg shows up and he's like, hey, idiot, he doesn't have a heart.
He's like, hey, do you remember what I looked like in the first one? I'm going to make myself look like Max Payne again. I'm going to shoot in slow-mo. Isn't that cool?
Y'all remember Bullet Time? That shit was cool, right?
And apparently he has the softest spot for robots and junk and things that attach to his penis. But no sympathy for kids that may die if he leaves them alone.
Yeah, because he's just like, all right, fucking get in the car.
Yeah, you pieces of shit.
I guess, and then I'll drop you.
Hey, kid, I got some fucking Cheetos for you. Don't worry.
He's like, no, you can't take that fucking Canopy with you. He's dead. Take his head or something, Jesus.
And they're like, oh, you're that guy. He's like, no, I'm not that guy. I only beat kids and I'm racist. You want to get punched in the face, you fat brown kid?
Yeah, he's like that. And they're like, I told you not to talk to him, Tommy. That's the racist.
Yeah, so he, like, grabs a medal and he's like, yeah, this is one fucking shitty day, like my whole lower working class life.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. My name's Kay Yeager, right?
Yeah, because, I mean, like...
Was it Kay Yeager?
It's Kay...
Or was it slave labor, whatever the fuck his name was?
I think it actually is Kay Yeager.
Because he was a slave laborist. He wanted to make his fucking... All of his workers, T.J. Miller, got burnt to a crisp.
Yeah. And
because of his slave laborship.
And then, what was the black dude's name?
I think it was You Gay Fiasco.
Okay, that makes sense. So You Gay
like
Fiasco
a Chicago
was
battle rapper, like...
Yeah, fucking, You Gay Fiasco was like, I just kick-pushed my way over here. Then I made a song about it. That was my one hit.
And, like, of course, you know, the fucking 99-cent store, Tom Brady shows up, and he's like, oh, yeah, man, remember I was on your side like 2 movies ago? Now I can't do anything because the president tells me I can't.
It's
you
true.
better live up to that Trump travel ban, man.
Well, and it's like, as Mark Wahlberg was saying, after the night robot, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, tries to give him a piece of junk. He's like, what a shitty day. I had to see someone die, and he didn't even give me anything good.
Well, they shot up Bumblebee.
That's
Which
true.
apparently Bumblebee's superpower is to fucking... He can turn himself into pieces. But he doesn't use that enough when it's relevant.
Yeah, that's a new
He just
skill.
turns into his fucking Lance Armstrong after he lost his fucking first nut.
Bumblebee's like, I am a bionicle.
What is that? He's like, oh, let me put on my cyclist helmet. Now I'm big time.
That's right. Dude, it is weird that they can take their helmets off. I just thought that was part of their head.
No, they have powers. They have fucking powers. And the Vietnam vet robot. What the fuck is his name? I wrote him down as Heavyset.
Heavyset?
I
think that might be the best name a Transformer could have.
You're like, those fucking queers. It's not any better than the whores I fucking Tijuana. He is like the Vietnam vet that vacations in Tijuana and gets blown.
That's
Probably
right.
Probably would have been handicapped.
He's like, hey guys, I had to stop and get a bite to eat real quick. Sorry, I'm late to the gunfight. Mark Wahlberg's like, you fat piece of shit.
And think about, like, what did he do? This is another one of the Transformer, like, random things that happen. You know, when the robots just do something hella random. Like in the first one when they're like, what's up, Jazz? Hey, I think you're like a dark color of a car, so you must be black, right? He's like, yeah, what's up, bitches?
That's
hey, Shia
right.
LaBeouf, let's have a rap-off.
I honestly...
He's like, motherfucker, I'll beat you. Because I can rap.
Yeah, apparently Shia LaBeouf can rap. He learned it from the Transformer.
Well, he can syllable rap.
What was the Transformer?
He literally just takes, like, a word that starts with something, and it's a syllable, and he just keeps going on and on.
He's like, I got a
I'm generous. I generate my genetics because I'm a transgender. Ugh.
He's like, I just changed my colostomy. What's the cost to pee? It's like, damn.
It was like, oh, that shit's wrong, bro.
Oh,
He's white. His name's LaBeouf.
5 fingers of death. I'm from Oakland, but I hate myself.
It's really an alien here. I'm Independence Day. That's what's in my hoodie. Yeah.
He's like, I'm Predator. God, okay. Sway looks like Predator, bro.
No, Sway looks like Predator if the Independence Day alien was on the back of his head.
I'm tired of Sway. Stop wearing a fucking ball sack on the back of your head.
Remember when Kanye West was having his fucking mental breakdown about how he invested millions into fashion like some fag and then lost it all? And Sway was like, bro, like, I put in like $1,000 in some sneakers one time. It was Al Harrington's Kmart sneakers. And I lost $1,000. What do you know about that? Kanye's like, what?
He's like,
hey. That motherfucker, my wisdom teeth fucking impaction cost me more than that.
Oh, shit. I mean, Kanye looks like his wisdom. He has 4 wisdom teeth that are impacted, like, all on the same row. His cheeks are slowly getting bigger. Was that why the...
Well, because he was driving about a woman so heartless and he just got in a mad crash.
Bro, okay, correct me if I'm wrong.
He had to spit it through the wire.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but was the cover of College Dropout, was that mascot a chipmunk?
No, I think it was like the LimeWire bear.
No, it was a bear. I was gonna say if it was a chipmunk, maybe Kanye West was shading himself there. Fucking hate Kanye.
His rap has died, but yeah, and that's when they cut over to the ginger army lieutenant who's always like, well, Megatron's here and we have him wearing wires, so yeah.
Like this one's older than like this one's older than Optimus Prime. That's my only benchmark.
His name's like Boys More Shower.
Is he in there? Is that him?
I don't know. He's like, we have to take Megatron's staff or dildo, whatever he calls it. I was an X-Men. I died by the tornado guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be excited if I could have that dildo at my house.
I have like 17 hairs randomly spread out throughout my head.
Oh,
My name's
shit.
More Shower.
Boys more
I
shower.
talk out the left side of my mouth every time.
Oh, God. And apparently, fucking apparently now they know Megatron wants the staff because the humans know everything and they have to tell
Optimus
us.
is just a cranky bitch. He's an old cranky man. He's been frozen in space because he's a fucking idiot and jumped in there.
Oh,
and now
God.
he sees the Smurf wife that created life. This is the only bitch in the whole fucking robot world.
Life.
Yeah, Autobot world, whatever the fuck.
Oh, but prior to this is one question I have. When Barricade, because that's the one Transformer name I do fucking know.
Who's Barricade?
The cop car. Because
Okay.
they clearly say it. They're like, Barricade was at the scene.
Why did they make Megatron's like... I get Starscream, because remember in the fucking cartoons, he was always like, I'm sorry, Master. And Megatron's like, eat my ass.
He's like, all right, snarf.
And then he'd kill him, right?
Yeah, he'd slap him around a bit.
Why do they make Megatron's accomplices or understudies, whatever the fuck they are? Why do they make them such bitches? Like, they're just bitches.
Is it that they're such bitches, or is Megatron like Optimus Prime? He just tells his obviously less powerful followers what to do and then expects them to do it?
I just don't like the look of Megatron.
No, that's what I'm
He looks like a fossilized Pokemon.
That's what I was like getting at too. Is like, when did he get an arm that can shoot fire?
He's basically Kabutops.
Dude, I hate Megatron.
Where did you have to go for Pokemon Go to get Kabutops? Let us know, because did you have to go into the annals of Arabness?
Japan, probably.
Japan?
Yeah. That was a Japanese
What kind of
fucking
ancient shit do
beetle.
they have to dig up? Besides Mercury and Beta Fish.
Samurais? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, so what is she... This is the part where... What the fuck is her name? Half-Life or...
I don't know what her actual name is. They just call her Prime of Life.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
She bitch slaps Optimus with her period.
Dude,
right?
Optimus deserves it because he's like, my world! What happened? She's like, bitch, you started a war. The fuck do you think happened? We explained this in the first fucking movie, you idiot.
That's weird, right? And that's when the talisman is shown, right? And that they should pick it up. And that's when they meet the asexual British bot.
Oh, yeah, that's when fucking Hannibal Lecter calls the British place, like, Codman, it's begun. The last talisman is bestowed. What? Yeah.
Have the advantage.
He did have the advantage in this one.
And then, from all of this, they cut to a bitch playing polo.
Although that one
What the fuck?
That one dude throws some fucking shade at her.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I know, I won, bitch. What do you know about that? He's like, there's a reason your pussy is hairy.
I have the advantage. I'm on a horse. This is where my people belong.
Call the cavalry. It wins every time.
Because we have the advantage.
Oh, God.
Just like your pussy has no advantage.
It needs advantage. To smell good.
Not from me, I'm gay. Advantage.
Yeah, she was playing fucking polo. And with the 90% of other men on the field, she was the best one. That's Britain for you.
Yeah.
And
she was the only one that wasn't inbred.
And we see her, well, I think she still was. You see her fucking explanation of her life.
Oh, that's
She's
right.
like, yeah, I'm just gonna look hot for kids and talk about our schmegma-filled fucking drunk scumbags that our heroes were. They're like, why do we talk about these cocksuckers? They're like, so this is how we explain why we're inbred, dude.
She's
What
like,
do you think?
she's like, clearly I'm a feminist because I don't believe in King Arthur, even though he's real.
Right?
The advantage.
We've kept Camelot's cum here for 12 years.
It's like
It's turned into a dinosaur egg. I don't know how.
It's like we literally have a painting of King Arthur dating back to his lifetime, but he's not real.
And apparently Hannibal has a Transformer now.
Well, you
Like
know,
a 1920s C-Class, whatever the fuck that was.
French C-Class? He's like, all right, old chap, give her the letter. It's anthrax. She'll never see it coming. And that's what we call an advantage.
You see the wrinkles I'm getting around my eyeballs. I think I had the advantage on the other eye.
Nah.
And then they cut back to Medusa fucking trancing Optimus Prime around. She's like, hey, by the way, Jumanji rules. Here we go.
There's
I
a
got
staff.
12 nights, and they stole the staff out of my ass.
They pulled the dildo right out of there. It was supposed to be Bukkake, but they quit the scene before they could get paid.
That's pretty much it. She explains the knights and how gay this plot is.
Yeah. Then
She's like... and
then it cuts to the samurai sort of going dumb.
Yeah, doing pure Japanese shit. Like just dancing around on a sword saying prophetic shit.
He's like, peace and serenity. Close your eyes, open your anus.
And that's when Wahlberg's like, hey, Red Man, where's Method? You tribal bitch.
He's like, you got that fried bread I ordered? Son of a bitch. Where's the maze at?
He's like, yo, I came to rob your check for that casino. I heard a new one opened up in the Bay Area, yeah?
He's like, hey, I got these, He's like, yo, I got the cash out tickets. Are you the one that takes them? It's like, that's racist.
And the Red Man's like, stoic yet racist.
It's right. He's like, you look good on a horse, really being a chief there. And he's like, I fucking hate this guy. This is tribal land.
He's like, hey, I heard Dan Snyder is getting rid of that Redskin name, huh? That's why I bought all Redskin apparel before I left. I went bankrupt for it. Hey, my third nipple's red.
That's what you call red skin. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so yeah, he does some racist shit. That would way have been the best line in the movie to me.
Yeah. He's like, hey, Mr. Chiefly. Being pretty chiefly. Don't take these blankets I got.
Where's that wacky peyote at? He's like, please, I smoked it earlier. Yeah, that's still racist. You want some fried bread?
You got mescal? Can I fuck with that?
And stop stealing water from my river.
I know
this is protected land.
This is protected land. Stop trying to build a pipeline, Mark Wahlberg.
And what's Mark Wahlberg get into, right?
Just honestly, this scene is literally
his true working class white man life, right?
Well, he
owns a giant property, but has nothing of value in it.
Nothing.
And he's just fixing things that no one cares about.
Again, now he's at a junkyard, and they have to reintroduce all the fucking Transformers again.
Yeah.
In case you forgot.
Yeah.
Which I guess you would have, because all these movies have been pretty lackluster.
Yeah. And now here's a black guy that Mark Wahlberg's ripping off.
It's like, hey man, you got me out the penny saver.
Well, he's like watching robot porn with the other black robot.
Yeah, he even says it. He's like, is this porn for fucking Autobots? He's like, yeah, man.
And Mark Wahlberg just expected him to clean up the whole junkyard. He's like, bro, like I was found in like you found me on a men looking for men ad. Like, what the fuck? I didn't ask for a fucking job. And you promised me vice president, motherfucker. He's like, oh, I did? I made that shit up. Plus, we might go to jail, motherfucker.
He's like, this isn't even a fucking company, you idiot. What company is hiding Transformers?
Yeah, and that's when you see all the robots. You see T-Rex, whatever the fuck. What is he? What is that?
I don't know. Why don't they ever change back? Just change the fuck back. And then
apparently they have little baby seeds. Mark Wahlberg jerked off in the T-Rex and it made little baby T-Rex.
Yeah, I didn't get that because now they have 3 little
Jaeger
baby
sperm.
dinosaurs.
It'll do the most.
Did he get those out of fucking those jeweled eggs that those English people seem to like so much?
And he's like, what was the black kid's name? What was his name?
His name was fucking Kickbush.
UK Fiasco, right?
UK Fiasco.
He's like, UK Fiasco. Looks like a soul food parade around here. What the fuck's going on?
He's like, when you leave, it's motherfucking Wild Kingdom in this bitch. He's like,
clean up that fried chicken skin. First off, motherfucker, where's all the robots? He's like, bitch, you don't pay me. You just told me I'm about to go to jail. Fuck you. He's what the fuck is Mark Wahlberg? Who is he?
Well, he's
a scumbag.
He literally is just like, how can I Jew people out of money? Oh, speaking of Jews, here comes the biggest one.
The fat robot fucking... Oh, God, what was he leaking on himself?
I don't know. Day trader.
Yeah.
They called him fucking day trader.
Yeah. I wrote him in my notes as gay fat robot, so there you go. You nailed it.
He's like, they asked him, why is your name Day Trader? He's like, well, if you ever read Eli Wiesel, night's a bad time for us, Jews.
And he's such a bitch. It's like, as soon as he shows up, the Vietnam vet... What is he, bro? Can you please look him up?
The Vietnam vet? I have no fucking clue, but I will look it up.
The guy that had a bullet for a fucking cigar, which is the greatest thing I've ever seen. That deserved a point right there. That's how much negative points. So if this was just a movie without me just adding cool points, it'd probably be -.2.
-.2, you
yeah.
think? I could
Worst
see that.
movie ever.
His name is...
What's his name?
His name is literally Hound.
Hound?
Yes.
Hound. That sounds like the T-Rex. That should be the T-Rex's name.
Yeah, why didn't they name him something like Bullet Dick or something like
Yeah,
that?
that'd have been dope.
A cooler Transformer name.
And Wahlberg, he's like, hey, gay fat robot, you're a skank. You want to dance around?
He's like, well, I'm a Jew, so I do want that coin you got. He's like, I don't even care if it's real. It looks like money.
He's like, I'm going to go jerk off in my own motor oil. And the Jap's like, ew, you sick fuck. And he's like, dude, shut the fuck up. No one can understand your Japanese
Yeah,
accent.
he'll say some racist shit.
Yeah.
He's like, that gobbledygook. It's like you're speaking in kanji.
And then the Mexican girl shows up, right?
Yeah.
She honeys her way over there.
She's like, you must help me.
She hip-hop dances her way over there.
God, and it sort of is like, dude, why must he help you again?
And why is your shirt, like, showing your boobs at 14?
And what's up with your
Michael
fucking
Bay?
robot? Is that your vibrator? It doesn't work.
Yeah, she has to bring that stupid piece of shit everywhere she fucking goes.
It's like, it doesn't even transform back into what I wanted it to be.
Yeah, and, like, it's funny because she's crying to him, telling him how sad her life is. And he's like, bitch, get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. Michael Bay writes the scripts. That means I either have to fuck you or get you out of my life.
She's like, so let me give you a juvenile quiz.
Well, no, he first is like, fuck you. And then he goes in the house, sees his baby T-Rex setting things on fire. He's like, oh, it's all right, buddy. I'll fuck you later. Like, what the fuck? What kind of weird-ass character is he?
You're just coming into your powers, buddy. When will you ever transform?
I know, and yet this girl is telling you, like, her family died from a fucking Decepticon.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't give a fuck.
He's like, bitch, I got some Hot Pockets. Dip in the morning.
He's like, my other slave.
You want to sleep naked? It's okay.
He's like, I don't care about your family. My other slave died in the last movie from a Decepticon.
And as you see his white working class ass, he fucking has... What does he have the pterodactyl do? Which he calls Terry, by the way.
Terry, get him
Give
a beer.
him beers.
He'll give me a...
Like 95% of his inventions, the way to get him beer where he's sitting at.
And it's like a garbage beer, too. He's like, Natty Ice. Champagne.
As he's watching NASCAR, he's like, hey, J-Lo, you want to bet on Dale Earnhardt?
She's like, okay. You must help me find my family. Por favor.
He's like, hey, where do you put your thumb in the thingy-madoo? She's like, I always put it in the hickey-mahoo.
He's like, you passed.
I mean, it's not a hickey-mahoo, it's a doohickey. She's like, well, we can do-hickey whenever you want. We're like, whoa, Michael Bay, calm the fuck down.
He's like, what's that thingamajig? He's like, I'll jig your thing right now.
And he's like, hey, by the way, watch your mouth, bitch. This is what he does say.
He does tell her to watch her mouth.
And this is where the greatest, or perhaps the stupidest fucking explanation for a plot I have ever seen in my fucking life.
Yeah, I didn't...
That's when the NASA guy, the nerdy guy or whatever, he's like, hey, I'm nerdy because I wear lanyards and Docker shorts. That makes me a nerd.
He's like, there's a big ball of jizz flying right
at us. Can they stop doing that shit? Where, like, the nerd is like, he's not classy, wears sandals and, like, beige shorts and stupid Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
And he's just like,
I'm a nerd.
It's like, can they stop doing that shit? Is that really even realistic?
Oh,
so you're telling me every fucking person that is in U.S. intelligence has to be some stupid stoner that eats Pop-Tarts and jerks off to everyone?
Yeah, I believe that.
I guess. I'm getting over it. Or it's just Michael Bay just being like, dude, I can write this when I'm actually asleep. Explosion, explosion, explosion.
Seriously, he's like, I just record my dreams, honestly. I don't even know what this movie's about.
Yeah, because it seemed like a fucking dream, because now there's unicorns. Now Earth is a spiked kidney stone, right?
He's like, the horns of doom. It's like in 3 days, the ball of jizz flying across the universe will splatter all over us.
Right.
And it'll cream pie us to death.
And Michael Bay's like, dude, no one's going to give a fuck anyways. Let's just have this nerd say some shit and, we'll still watch it.
Maybe if I put an explosion right here, it'll work.
Jesus Christ. And then you see, Mark Wahlberg trying to have a phone sex conversation with his underage daughter, right? Fucking Huber. What'd you say his name was? Hube? What?
Hound?
Hubert?
Can't we call him that?
Yeah.
I'll call him Hubert from now on.
Hubert. He's like, hey, man, a signal a whore in Kathmandu. She can do the signal through her ass.
Yeah, it's the one that...
robots.
It's like, you know how they shoot ping pong balls out their vagina? She shoots radio waves. It's fucking cool.
I fuck whores.
It's a transformer whore in Thailand. She's underage, but it's okay.
And like you see Mark Wahlberg, he knows everything about technology, so he doesn't want to get traced, so he's not speaking into the phone, right? He's just rubbing it gently around his anus. And his daughter's like, dude, like, Dad, you need to get some pussy. You've had $100 to your name for like the last fucking 5 years. You've jerked off on me by the time I was asleep since I was 12, and I told you to stop doing it. Like, and finally get surgery for that third nipple, and you'll be cool, Dad.
Yeah. And he's like, I can't say anything because I'm jerking off really intensely right now. And if I bust, they will catch me. It will make a sound.
And fucking Hubert, what is his name? God damn it, I'm sorry. I actually want to say his real name. Hound. He's like, yeah, man, I wish my dad stopped raping me.
He's like, why do you think
Mark Wahlberg's like, wait, robots can rape each other?
It's like, why do you think I got this drug addiction? Just can't stop smoking these bullets and drinking gasoline.
Michael Bay's like, hey, let's waste $5,000 for a set.
Yeah, let's make the tank.
And the guy is like, yeah, we call it the tank. We deal with the darkies around here.
Yeah, this is where I come to
Boys more shower. Unnecessary sets.
It's like I come here to flesh out my darkest dreams. That's why there's 3 underage children in the corner.
He's like, first thing we need to do, discount Tom Brady, is we need to have Megatron come here because we got him on wires. We wired a robot. That's right. And we're just basically going to tell him, hey, you want to fuck our day up or not?
Yeah, well, he did because he stole some of our friends.
And let's make a Suicide Squad scene and fucking see Famous Dex as a robot.
Yeah, right? Because this is the next scene is like Megatron.
Let's get an Aryan prison rapist, right?
Megatron is picking his dodgeball team, essentially.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, hey, that Aryan prison rapist, he can't leave the county because he's so racist that he murders everything outside of his county.
Yeah, right? And he's like, and let me get the actual Predator from Predator. And he's like, no go on that one. We can't fuck with movie rights.
Right?
And they're like, okay, we'll make the robot look like Predator, though.
And apparently the Aryan robot, he, like, fucked the Mexican cop's wife. He's like, yeah, I'll see your wife later. I'll shove the cigar right up her snatch.
Oh, dude, yeah, you mean He
was a wrestler. I thought
dude,
he was
it was Hulk Hogan. It's like, yeah, brother. Say hello to your wife so I can fuck her again.
Say what you want. I missed the Hulk Hogan show.
Jabroni.
I missed the Batman fucking segues.
Just his face. It literally was just his face, too.
What I'm tired of is people saying that Brooke Hogan was hot.
Yeah.
She looked like a happy tree friend.
She looked like she got punched in the face, like, a lot. Like, he jabronied her a lot.
Oh, I'm sure he did. He definitely jabronied her son.
Yeah, because that
his son, sorry.
That fool was the jabroni in a lot of things.
I think his jabroni was heroin.
Was he on heroin? He was on something.
It was It was either Ozzy Osbourne or Hulk Hogan. Who knows? They're both on heroin. They sucked each other off.
And why do they have to make everything racist? Because I think literally one of the robots walks out and goes, "Free at last, free at last." It's like, Jesus. It's the one wearing the gold chain, by the way, in case you didn't realize it.
Yeah.
God.
And he's like, hey, Megatron, you want to do something really retarded? Let's just go after this one guy. Yeah.
Right?
So they go after Kay Yeager, right?
And it's nap time in the junkyard.
Yeah.
And everybody's sleeping in cars that are abandoned because the
Michael Bay's like, what if I have a pterodactyl sleep in her cleavage? Explosion. I exploded right now. Oh.
Right? And it's like, and then of course the military has to explain everything. He's like, Megatron's on their trail now. No. Can we be more technical?
Yeah. Or is this when they're trying to fix Bumblebee, right?
Yeah, they're trying
He's
to
like,
fix
hey, JLo, come over here. Come dance on his fucking chest. Maybe it'll work.
It's like, you want to fix a real dildo? This is one of those ones that attaches to a machine, just rams
She's
you all
like,
night.
what do you hope for your daughter? Like, you kind of sound like a controlling douchebag. He's like, yeah, well, the only one I wanted fingering her was me, at least till she was 30. So now I'm kind of mad about that. Now she's dating some drummer.
Yeah. She was like...
She's like, last thing I want to see is her fucking DJ Paul. He's like, oh, yeah, man. And the robot's like, yeah, I fuck DJ Paul. He's a weird dick. And she's like, what does that have to do with anything? He's like, I don't know, but there's some sayings she'd always tell me, like, what are you doing tomorrow? I'd be like, nothing, like always.
And she's like, well, you're running out of tomorrows to do nothing with. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm unemployed.
There's always something to do when you're unemployed.
So I'm unemployed and I live in a junkyard.
And apparently the Jew trader fucking gave Bumblebee, like, a punk bitch voice. And, of course, Bumblebee, like everyone in this movie, he's like, yeah, slave trader's a fucking punk-ass bitch.
Yeah, right? He's like...
Everything is a thingy, and every person is a bitch or a dickhead.
It's like, slave trader is a punk-ass bitch. It's like, oh, in case you didn't know, that was actually Stephen Hawking. Cameo.
And then the police show up, right? For Optimus and Mark Wahlberg. And that's when they drive over Protect Land. He's like, hey, that's my water. You're like, dude, it's a puddle. I know.
The police just hold blankets out the window and slap him with it. Like this.
I collect rain. That's how I cook my fried bread.
No oil. You get oil.
Hey, you know
corn.
Avatar is offensive.
Oh, God. He's like, this whole movie's offensive. Why am I here?
I'm going to assassinate Dan Snyder. Let's do it.
They're like, well, it's like, how do we defeat the chief at the front? It's like, we got some blankets, we got some alcohol, and we have some fucking gambling. What can we do?
Let's bring some Crips. Maybe they'll attack them.
Oh, God. And that's when fucking, that's when they all notice they're being attacked, and fucking Mark Wahlberg's like, get the gats, bro. It's like, you need to stop using Obonics, motherfucker. This is getting offensive.
Well, that's because what is the black dude only tripping about? He's like, man, I ain't trying to go to jail. I'm about to get raped. And he's like, bro, you know what? It's the real world. And it's still even more probable that you go to jail than me. Look at all the shit I've done.
He's like, they're just going to say, he's a worthless piece of shit. There's no point in sending him to jail. It's like, my name's fucking Cade. How white can I be?
I wish it was Keg Yeager.
Keg Yeager.
Keg Yeager.
What's your middle name? Of?
Keg Yeager.
How do you think I was conceived?
Yeah, and then the Aryan, all the Decepticon bots show up. This is a cool little fight within the Universal Studios tour.
Right?
You could probably have seen this in the Universal Studios tour.
It is a Universal Studios tour because they literally fall back to an abandoned town.
A random one, right? As if they've been running for like 7 days, right?
Why was there one black guy in that town just sitting there as they're driving in?
I don't know.
He's like, nah, reminds me of when I was a boy.
And then everybody's like, I'll lick more ass in prison. And everyone, of course, is a little bitch, right?
Right?
Because Huber, what is his fuck? Huber,
Hound.
Hound.
Huber.
He was like, here, you little bitch. Everyone's
like,
a little bitch.
Get that little bitch. And it's funny because you have him talking, then you have the other guy who's like, come on, brother. So at some point you forget who's talking.
Right? And the T-Rex pops out of the fucking highway like a street shark, right? That shit was sick, actually. I'm not
that
gonna
was
fucking
cool.
lie. In 3D, it was dope.
Dude, that makes me think that Beast Wars will be cool.
Oh, God. What? So the next is Vegemorphs? Is that the next?
No, I literally read an article. They're expanding this into a fucking universe. There's going to be a Bumblebee movie. There's going to be a fucking...
Let me and you, let's start the Vegemorphs and Animorphs. That could be a whole universe.
The veggie just becomes a broccoli. I hope I don't get eaten. For some reason, it's an Indian guy. No, I became maize.
That's my sacred green.
Sacred green. Ayahuasca.
Yeah, and Black Dude's still worrying about jail. He's like, dude, I might as well grease up my asshole right now. Mark Wahlberg's like, dude, calm the fuck down. Like, nothing's happened yet.
Right.
And then they have that whole, the Decepticon versus, for what, the 21st time in the last 10 years? The 21st fucking Transformers fight?
Yeah. I think
One thing we do have to give credit for. The slow motion on Transformers is raw. I have never seen a person pull off slow-mo where it doesn't look fruity as fuck. And Michael Bay does it. And it's corny. It's whack. But he's like, Scoop Man do explosion. Like, shit happens and you're actually entertained with it.
It's like, what's the opposite of an explosion? Oh, slow motion. Polar
now
opposite.
we can actually see what the fuck they're doing. Which is cool because, like I said, the CGI is so fucking good that it doesn't look stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I would agree with that.
But with the Ninja Turtles, it looks flamboyantly retarded. Whatever that means.
Because they're not fucking tubular, man.
Yeah, and the Talus hops on Mark Wahlberg's inverted dick, right?
Yeah, right
Just
as...
pulls it right out of him. And,
God. And he's like, the coin is my fourth nipple. I'm complete.
And the black guys were around like, yo, dickhead, that plan went to shit. I'm about to go hide in the church.
Right? But what's
He's
sick,
like, yo,
though,
how'd you get hella black all of a sudden?
I don't know. He just became black all of a sudden.
Because he's like, yo, bro, like, you don't pay me, and I definitely don't pay taxes. But wait, do you have health care? No, you don't have health care. You know how hard it is to clean a bullet wound, motherfucker?
He's like, I came out of the hood to not be hood. Damn. Now I'm being hood again. I thought I could be like Danny Glover.
Damn. And he gets beanbagged, right? But with the fucking Minority Report scene. It's like, bro, I seen this scene like 20 years ago, right?
The drones and shit.
Yeah, drones attacking someone.
God.
Like, oh my God.
That's right. And then I like how the plan goes to shit for Megatron. Because he sees his dude get beheaded and he's like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. And
Megatron is like sort of a bitch.
Yeah. Of course he is, because he doesn't want to actually fucking do anything. He just wants to tell his dumb cronies to do it.
And to piss and to like when his cronies fuck up and they tell him, hey man, we might have fucked up. He's like, I'm gonna set things on flames. You better be scared of me.
He's like, when did my arm start doing this?
Yeah, and they meet the leopard. They meet the robot, and what was he?
He was the C3/4.
The Batman Butler robot. Right?
He was C3/4 PO because he's like 3/4 C3PO.
They're like, yo, is this a fucking leprechaun? He's like, clearly I'm not, and I'm not inbred or Irish, so I take offense to that motherfucker.
Like, that is offensive. I'm Codsworth.
He's like, I'm collecting your semen, Jaeger.
He's like, I'm here.
He's like, you ain't collecting shit, bitch, and then he fucks him up.
Yeah, he almost kills Jaeger, and Jaeger falls onto the drones, and he calls Hannibal. God. He's like, yo, I think I killed him. And the black guy, he's like, is he dead? That's all he's asking. He's like, is he dead? Is he dead, though? It's like, because I need insurance, motherfucker.
I still ain't got paid, motherfucker. That's one worth shit.
If he die, I ain't going to be vice president of shit by myself. That's because...
It was a fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
And Mark Wahlberg doing some cartoonish shit. He's like, oh, let me hang around on a drone, bro.
Bro,
he's like, how the fuck do I get paid for this shit?
Oh my god, what was this? He literally hangs on a drone until he can hang on a roof.
Bro, we saw Obi-Wan has done that already.
Obi-Wan did do that. But what's Obi-Wan...
way cooler.
What Obi-Wan couldn't do is get shot in the chest and have a talisman protect it.
Well, because Obi-Wan looked like a real man actually grabbing it, not like a dwarf man trying to grab it.
Mark Wahlberg's like, you see my feet, bruh? No.
Way smaller than my bicep.
That's what happens when you're from Boston.
And he gets shot off the fucking drone and falls through like a bitch, right?
No, he falls on a roof, and then he just decides to jump on another drone?
Yeah.
The queen drone, I forget. There's one drone to rule them all, not an operator behind.
And he's getting shot at, and like the talisman is now protecting him, right?
Yeah.
What is going on? What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. They don't ever bother to actually explain the talisman either.
I think if the movie theater had brought me like gourmet French toast, I still would have been like, this movie sucks, man.
Seriously, I could have, like, the movie theater could cycle out girls to suck your dick every 15 minutes, and I'd still think that was a terrible movie.
Yeah, and I'd be highly unsatisfied.
Like, I wouldn't even be able to come because of how confusing the plot is.
Yeah, and they go to a bowling alley now.
Or the back of a bowling alley, at least.
Yeah, where Codman's gonna blow him. He's like, oh, let me dust you off. So you don't look like a working class asswipe.
And Mark Wahlberg's like, what are you here for? He's like, what the fuck do you think I'm here for?
That little gay armband that keeps jerking you off. He's like, oh man, that's why your pants are so wet.
He's like, I can't help it. It makes me fucking feel like I have a shake weight.
He's like, at least I'm getting play, you fagbot.
He's like, hey, Hannibal touches me. Hannibal's like, yeah, if I could find his dickhead, I'd choke it.
Yeah, and apparently Codman being like 3 feet can destroy a fucking 30-foot Autobot, right? By just breaking his finger.
Yeah, he uses some straight up
What the fuck kind
Jackie
of cartoon
Chan
moment was that? That was Scooby-Doo.
That was Donnie Yen and Jackie Chan put together.
Yeah. And he's like, all things come down to one moment for explosions so you forget how dumb the plot is.
And he's like, well, what should we do? He's like, well, you should conveniently leave your friends so we can go on exposition for a while.
And then that's what the green bot do. He's like, hey, little Mexican girl, you better start cooking up. Because we like food over here, bitch.
Yeah, even the black guy's like, I ain't doing shit. I'm going to go back to looking at car porn.
Yeah, and they go to the UK, right? And that's when the Armenian calls Hannibal. He's like, hey, dude, there's some book made out of goat scrotum that I think I want to put in my soup.
He's like, it'll dissolve if you look at it, especially you, because you are old as fuck.
I think if I folk dance around it, it'll turn alive and it'll tell us about this Earth situation. And that's what happened. Yeah, it'll dissolve in your mouth and you eat it. Yeah.
He's like, just don't be senile on me, motherfucker. Don't eat the book.
And apparently now Cybertron's bringing their Halo level 5 to the fucking Earth by now, right? It's really starting to latch on to our unicorn horns that are sticking out of the fucking Earth.
Speaking of unicorn horns, this is when Primal Life tells him that Earth is Unicron. The nemesis of fucking...
Dude, they can never lose.
I honestly
Michael Bay can never lose. He can just keep delving back into history and saying, hell yeah, this is going to affect us now.
He's like, oh, yeah, how many times...
Explosion here, explosion there, explosion everywhere.
Bro, it's at this point I'm starting to think that Transformers is Assassin's Creed. Because Assassin's Creed is like, hey, you know how you're the one person while your whole family's in a bunch of different places? That's how the fucking Autobots are. It's like, across history, you all existed.
Right?
No one knew. The Trojan horse, full of semen. It was an Autobot. It's like, Jesus.
And she's like, yeah, so that planet's your fucking nemesis. So she manipulated, or I don't know if manipulated, just told Megatron the truth, that now Earth only exists for the sole reason of, what the fuck is their fucking...
Unicron is the
No, they're
Cybertron.
not Unicron. Cybertron. That
Yeah.
Unicron needs Cybertron? Or that...
They did not even bother to touch on this at
God.
all. And I'm pretty sure they say Nemesis twice in the scene because she's like, Earth is our nemesis, and he's like, then I will be Nemesis Prime.
My eyes are red now. You see that? God. Red's bad in this movie.
And I like, too, how they have a little... So remember in fucking First Class how they had the little missile scene where they're showing where all the missiles are going on, like, a map? They have this exact...
X-Men First Class?
Yeah, X-Men First Class. They had this exact same scene here. They're like, oh, yeah, everybody's going to England. Let's show it on a computer screen.
When?
It was like right in transition. It's like Mark Wahlberg's going to England. Then the military shows like, okay, military's moving to England. Megatron's moving to England. They show it on like...
And how does he get to England?
Cosman sucked him off in a closet. It was like all English things that led to this mystical world with a talking lion.
And speaking of English people, now we cut to these old dried whores that are looking at women seeking women Craigslist ads, right?
Yeah.
There's like, can you tell your dumb fucking daughter to get a man already? Like, her pussy isn't that hairy.
It's like, oh, this one says he likes BMWs. It's like, no, that's BBWs, Mom. That's big bitches who are wasted. It's like, damn.
She's like, well, Mom, why did you keep blowing our abusive dad? She's like, because he had money, bitch.
Yeah, he stayed in his study all day. I got to do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, and her mom hates on her dad. She's like, dude, he was an ass, and he abused both of us.
Yeah, and then she's like, he was an ass, and then she has a flashback to him being an ass.
Yeah. Like, yeah, if she popped up the wrong 3D book, she got the backhand.
He's like, don't touch that.
She's like, oh, it's the collections from Sam's Warehouse and card shops. He had 3D pop-up books and chess sets.
Right.
Those are worth something. He's such a fucking fine man.
It honestly looked like what the office of a Renaissance Fair director would look like.
Yeah, dude, any grandpa's office could look like that, dude. Anyone could buy encyclopedias, bro.
I like her dad, too, is like, stop being a fucking thief. Stealing my books, you bitch.
Yeah, and then she gets in her car to go, I think she's going to drive off to be a whore or whatever the fuck she's into, and an invitation shoots out of the car for high tea and an old man's cock. And, of course, to get those things, she's forced to go.
Oh, God. I like, too, how she's, like, freaking out. She's like, why is my car driving itself?
Yeah, and the car's like, don't worry, this happens to all rape victims.
It's like, sacre bleu. I'm going to rape you. You know we're French. It's like, damn.
Well, after she like starts tripping the fuck out, that's when he reveals himself, and then he switches himself to a Lambo, which was funky fresh. That car sounded angry.
I love this car. I think what gave me the 1 point for this movie was the next scene. Like when they're flying over and Codsman out of nowhere just goes, nah, the White Cliffs of Dover. He does it and I was like, dude, that's the best line in any movie ever.
Right? And he has apparently this, this Alzheimer's robot that opens fire as soon as the other robots come, or as Mark and his robots come through, right? And Hopkins gives him this weird, awkward speech. He's like, I have dementia, so does my robot. Can you tell me what I'm saying?
He does.
The time?
He just...
Yeah, but Hi, Mark. That third nibble is very tasty.
He's like, yeah, I don't really know what's gotten into him. World War I, helmets, guns, battles, Cliffs of Dover. You know what I mean? He's like, bro, what the fuck are you on?
He's like, dude, I hope you're smoking PCP, because at least I can explain your teeth, you ugly motherfucker.
Yeah. He's like, what you got smoking?
Did I get invited to Van Helsing? What the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, he literally, the moment he's like, talks to him, he's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. He's like, I'm going to leave if you don't have anything important to say within like 5 seconds, dude.
Right? He's like, wait, is that meth actually in your pipe? Because your face is fucking melting.
He's like, I know I don't have shit to do back home, but I'm going to act important.
If I smacked you in the back of the head, would both your eyes fall out?
It's like, it
would. I think they would.
Clarice.
I'm becoming a tree. Yeah, that's pretty much was that scene.
And he's like, but don't you want to know about your gay armband?
He's like, keeps stretching your balls.
It's like, yeah, that is getting...
That's the advantage, doesn't it?
He's like, that is getting very uncomfortable. And that's when the French dude shows up and shows how the French really are in real life.
Yeah.
And why
because he's like forcing her to go places. He's like, oh, this bitch is very difficult. And he's like, Mark Wahlberg turns to Hannibal. He's like, wait, is this her first raping experience or transmorphing experience? He's like, son, you have to know when you have the advantage. We do right now.
And it's both. Advantage.
And he's like, and by the way, the first transmorphing experience was in the Kardashian house.
He's like, we call that one the prime of Jenner. Trans Jenner.
Oh God, yeah. And he starts going over his, his fucking liege and about his family tree, and he's like, yeah, my great cousin fucked my great uncle, and wait, I think that's the same person, but he fucked himself. That's
He's
right.
like, and you want to know something about her over there? Her great cousin fucked her great uncle. It's like we're English. It happens. It's the advantage.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, you're the who's the last? Remember her, right?
She is
Yeah.
the last.
He's like, yeah, Shia LaBeouf fucking protested himself to death.
Yeah, you have to. They show a picture of Sam, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to say how he died, but that fool looked like he was methed
I want to
out.
know when Witwicky was like a stoner like that in any of the movies. Like he looked like a straight twack.
I think that was a mugshot.
Okay.
But that
Okay.
was the best mugshot. He's like,
And that's when the Lambo car is, and Hopkins is like, dude, that guy doesn't really have a French accent. I don't know what the fuck. He's like, well, sir, since you've raped me, I couldn't get it out of me. He's like, oh yeah, that's right.
He's like, I hate the French accent. And the dude's like, no, he doesn't. He loves it. He chose it. It's his advantage.
Yeah. And like, so Hopkins brings her and him into his liege. And he's like,
I think liege is a person. Into his
that's
den.
a liege. That's how I've heard it.
No, my liege is someone who, like,
I
your
know,
king.
but for this point, we're saying he's the liege.
So he brought both of them into himself?
Yeah.
Oh,
Into his eyeball holes.
DP, okay.
And he introduces her. She's like, yeah, he has every fucking degree from every fake college we have in Britain. And she's like, well, what do you do? He's like, well, I invent shit, bitch. She's like, what'd you invent? Fleshlight. She's like, oh, really? What is that? He's like, my hand. It's patent pending.
That's what he just is like, you just see Hannibal in the background just like twirling in a circle like, yes, I love it.
He's like, yeah. He's like, and you're an educated British bitch. She's like, thank you?
Cosman like, you will learn your manners, sir. And he beats the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
And he's like, let me take his head off. He's like, then how are we going to lazily do anything in this plot? They're like, all right. We need it. Convenience.
Yeah, well, that was after, he was like, hey, can you show me your titties? Or whatever. Right? Or it was something like that.
No, he just basically says, stop being a bitch.
Yeah.
He just straight up tells her that. He's like, dude, stop being a fucking bitch.
Remember, he's from Texas, so everyone is English. So everything that English people do are associated with specifically only English people.
Yeah.
That's how he feels about everyone. J-Lo. Like, why did he call her J-Lo? Why did he call the chief when he knew it was, like, sort of racist for him to say it?
Well, the chief was actually a tribal chief, though.
Like I said, when the C-3PO shot himself out of the submarine, he told her, that's your people. Like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Well, traditionally, actually, in Britain, when you had the advantage, you shot one of your crewmates out of a submarine.
Yeah, right?
And then he just, the entire time he went to the other submarine, was going, advantage!
And that's when you see Hopkins, like, explaining him all of his fucking trinkets that he's collected, right? He's like, this is the watch that sucked Hitler off till he died.
He's like, that's junk, and that's junk, and that's junk. And Mark Wahlberg's like, hey, I got a lot of junk, too.
Yeah, right? He's like, oh, yeah, we have an Elks Club of collectors of Camelot's cum. Basically, everyone important in it.
Everyone. Every single person we'll picture right now.
Even black people in history like Transformers, like Frederick Douglass.
Somehow,
Muhammad Ali.
Somehow Harriet Tubman came over here to England, even though that never happened, but oh well, right?
And he explained that, now...
Bro, was the Underground Railroad a transformer and it was an actual railroad?
Could have been. They found a seedling in the ground. Could have been. And that's when he found out that Bumblebee fought in World War II, right?
Yeah, that's when you have the...
I'm telling you, that's the coolest scene of the movie.
Well, yeah, it starts with a gay dude going, we weren't invited.
I'm Armenian too, because I'm brown and no one can tell what I am.
They just needed someone, and I just made that line up. They were like, yeah, we didn't know the actor was gay. It just happened.
Right? And that's when we get to, Hannibal's main collection, right? Where he's showing them Camelot's table, right?
Yeah.
And the hand that they jerked off with on the table.
It's like, hey, this is all of Merlin's shit. He's like that drunk bastard.
And I thought the fucking robot was going to fuck her over the table because she's like, dude, this is all bullshit. And can you stop having your eye oodle me around? Like, you're following me with your fucking eyeball. And,
he's like, I'm not even looking at you.
The robot, he just bends her over and slaps her hand on the table.
Right.
Which makes the table lit. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God.
He's like, it's magic. He's like, anything can be magic if you rape it hard enough.
Then they show the round table of like, they're like, oh, the 12 older knights were protected by the 12 fucking Halo Spartans.
He's like, brothers old raping brothers young.
Oh, God. And, Codman's doing fruity things to make it more epic. And he's like, stop. If you were gay, I swear I'd make you straight.
This is, right?
What?
And this might actually be the part where it falls apart for me.
Yeah.
Because he goes, in Camelot was where the Transformers realized that humans were a race of honor. I was like, oh yeah, when they had serfdom and fucking half this fucking country was starving to death?
Right?
And they were just fighting French people to fight them?
And they couldn't figure out gum disease?
Yeah, right? And
Jesus.
they were literally kicking people out of their homes to expand their nation.
And now that's when he says, he's like, hey, dude, so, by the way, your third nipple's the last night. Keep that alive.
And that's when he looks at her and he's like, I wish I could touch you last night. It's like,
he's
how
like,
does that
really,
make sense?
me? He's like, yeah, no, not some penniless, shitty father that fucking puts his daughter in debt to go to college.
He's
not
like,
you. The thing just liked your cock.
Yeah, he's like, you're a virgin. He's like, no, I'm not. I have a daughter. He's like, well, you haven't fucked long enough. You're pretty much a virgin.
And you get all the pussy qualities of Camelot, so there you go.
And even Mark Wahlberg was like, yeah, the moment that coin touched my dick, I jizzed.
Oh, jeez.
It's been a while.
That's when you hear Codman going, Ave Maria.
Yeah, because Codman somehow is like, this was a weird juxtaposition of this scene because you didn't expect him to be playing the organ or singing. It just happens.
I think they needed some distraction from how stupid things are progressing.
I know, but it felt fucking bad. Like
it's fucking retarded.
It was so childish compared to like what the other humor is.
And she even sort of asked him, like they were making fun of him because he's Hannibal said it in a very Hannibal way. He's like, the owner of the talisman on his penis must be chased.
He's like, well, Codman was chasing my ass around all night.
That's what he said, right?
Yeah.
She's like, no, dumbass. The times you got your dick wet. She's like, and when was that?
And even Mark Wahlberg's like, you fucking Brits think I'm retarded. I was making a joke. I know what chased means. Fuck. I might be a failed inventor. I didn't fail school.
And apparently the table is the map to the Autobots where only Smurf bitch can create life, right?
Yeah. He's like, what is that picture right there?
He's like, it's Panama. That's where I piss and shit.
He's like, remember when there were dinosaurs? Well, that's what's weird too. He's like,
oh, God. Felt great.
Like, dinosaurs didn't necessarily... I mean, maybe they did, but not all the dinosaurs like T-Rexes and shit existed on Pangea, right?
Yeah.
So are they saying that the Transformers made the Five Fingers of Death and Sway was there before dinosaurs?
Essentially.
What did they rap about back then?
Sway's kind of a dickhead, too, because you could tell he picks good beats for some people.
And then shitty beats for other people. Like, bro, if he thinks a dude's going to rap like, well, he's like, kill it, murder it, son.
Yeah, I'm going to give you one beat where Lil Wayne played jazz.
But then he's... So I would pay for that CD. Oh, God.
And in very no homo and, like, pause situation, Hannibal's like, the man has to take every dying breath to protect the staff. And you're like, whoa.
He's like, every labored breath as the dildo goes in.
The staff of men.
Yes, the staff of Merlin.
It was buried with Merlin. Imagine where you have to go around him to find it, huh?
Mark Wahlberg was sitting there like, my fucking dignity was buried with Merlin, motherfucker.
And apparently the Great Knights or the Transformers became a Beast Wars bot 12-man dragon. Correct?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? And now we have to assume Sam Witwicky fucking protested himself to death.
Yeah, because she's the last
one. He was out too
one.
long. He didn't eat enough. He died in the sun, an orange man, just like Trump is dying.
Well, what actually happened was he didn't get enough attention. Because what people don't know about Shia LaBeouf is he needs attention to survive.
Well, didn't he sell like one ticket in Japan for his fucking war movie lately?
I didn't even know he was in a movie. So yeah, I imagine he did sell just one ticket for it.
He's like, can we just have like a Styrofoam Optimus fight for me? I'm just good at looking at things fight. And I'll just run around and look stupid.
Being scared and screaming, being... Although hysterical Shia LaBeouf is the best Shia LaBeouf. I will give him that.
Well, all Shia LaBeouf is fruity. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the police are coming in. I wrote BB2. Wait, yeah, BB2. The fucking airplane. He's like, oh, I'll shoot him, and he fucking just falls.
That's right.
That shit was hilarious.
The tank, you mean?
Yeah. And the Frenchman's, my weapon will stop time. Us French have the advantage as well.
He's like, because in France, there is no time. It's like, what? Why do you think we smell so bad? No time for shower.
Why does every French person, whether it be girl or guy, smell like they're a box of crayons at a daycare?
I don't
where all
know.
the kids been digging their ass and sticking their hands and rubbing
weird.
their nose. Like, why do they smell like that?
For being the place that perfume was invented,
yeah,
it's a very weird conundrum.
And apparently you can beat your wife over there.
If you're Johnny Depp.
Or if you beat your wife, you can refuge over there.
You can sail your pirate ship over there and pretend to like the fish. Like how they made mayonnaise. Stuffy, that's why I punched my wife. She ran out of mayonnaise. Was trying to eat a sandwich.
Assassinate me a president,
All
right. So they go to they go back to the bitch's house, the bitch's mom's house, and they're just doing old horror shit again. They're like, do you have a dungeon you could fuck me in? Hmm?
Right.
Ooh, he looks like he has a small penis. I like small penises.
Mark Wahlberg.
Please fuck us, just please.
Yeah, and this is when fucking the Armenian calls Hannibal Lecter back. He's like, bro, why the fuck are you late?
Well, I haven't eaten enough hummus and I'm on a short fuse.
It's hot. Right? Yeah, he literally says, it's hot in Cuba.
Yeah, right? Yeah, and he's calling her about that, and she's like, yeah, let's go through my dad's study again. I'll break shit as I reminisce my beatings, right?
Well, I like how Mark Wahlberg's reaction was like, he's like, we can't find the fucking map. And he's like, well, maybe he stuck it in this plastic bull's asshole, because that's what guys would do, right? Let's break this shit. It's like,
and he does, and there's nothing there.
I think, honestly, in the
What was the point of this?
I honestly think that in Cade's mind, the character, he was like, this bitch made fun of me at the castle, I'm going to fuck her shit up.
That's true. That's very true. And they cut back to the Armenian. He's like, yeah, I want to be part of your 12 Nights of Camelot fuckboy association, whatever the fuck it's called.
He's like, all right, I'll mail you the fucking application, you dickbag. He's like, you better.
And he lets him know where the Gross Scrotum book is, right?
Yeah.
And it was funny because the way Hannibal stole the page is like, ha!
Advantage!
That shit was hilarious.
He literally...
And he finds out that Earth is a fucking a Bowser shell, right?
Yeah. It's like,
birth shell. That's
birth
even grosser.
Shell? What the fuck is that?
A
Sounds like
shell?
some shit that turtles have.
He's like, well, yeah, this Bowser shell and this patch of pubes has to be attached, and there we are. That's Unitron, whatever the fuck it's called.
Right? And
there we go. That's the plot. All right. Now go make some old man Alzheimer's noise. Ah!
No.
God, he sounded like an eye zombie as the time was going on.
That's right.
And he tells all the British horses, he's like, shut up! Shut up! That's not the only time I'm going to say it like this either. Advantage.
Right, advantage!
And that's when you see, they find Merlin's Blues Clues book, and they solve it by pulling the tampon out of Merlin's ass.
It's like, it's on a boat. Cool.
That was it.
Submarine.
So yeah, we need to go to a Navy museum now. All right. Why was all that necessary?
I don't know.
Why couldn't they just go to her place, show one scene of them looking around, and pull that, and save 5 minutes instead of talking to those old dried out whores that want Mark Wahlberg to rape them?
Yeah.
Why all of that?
Bro, I don't even think the next scene was necessary because it's Codman driving Hannibal Lecter, and they switch cars. They have a getaway car, and they switch it, and the cops are immediately back on their tail. And then the only point of the scene was to have Codman say, move, bitch, get out of my way. I'm ludicrous.
And Hannibal's like, you switch cars like a douchebag. He's like, oh my God, I swear to God, I'm going to kill this old fucking man. And he's like, by the way, Agnes wants to fuck. He's like, hey, I have no time for that old bag. I'm eating people, remember? My balls are at my shins, Codman.
Let's all race. Let's make this Fast and the Furious.
Yeah,
okay.
This is one of the scenes I appreciated.
Yeah.
Was them driving around. They race through the streets, and eventually, the Decepticons show up. And, and, again, Bumblebee transforming.
BBW.
Well, transformed himself halfway to shoot the car was fucking raw.
Bro,
and Mark Wahlberg's like, whoa, calm down, bro.
He's like, bro, you can do that? It's like, bro, when the fuck did Bumblebee get this upgrade where he can just, shatter and rocket himself back together and fucking transform?
I don't know.
It doesn't make it... There's no precedent. It just made him raw.
It is weird. And they have a fucking field trip now to a Black Dick submarine, right?
Yeah. And they just
Man.
run through, and the old man's like, excuse my friends, they're American. Except for her, she's British. And that's her advantage. He's like, I'll buy the place out.
Yeah.
And then he tells the fat, he's like,
if you don't, I'll eat your face off.
That's what he tells the dude. He walks up, he's like, hey, fat man.
Imagine Hannibal doing that now. Imagine him doing that in this movie. That would have fucking threw up.
Yeah.
Or if he just, like, squinched his eyeball and knocked it out and ate it with his tongue.
He's like, that's the sound that Codman makes when he sucks my dick. It's jet streamed. Like, it feels fucking disgusting.
Yeah, and they get back on the submarine, and Hannibal's being a dick. He's like, shut up, and get your fat fucking ass out of the way.
Yeah.
I always love these lines.
I don't like how they're all in the submarine, and
senile.
they're like, okay, well, what are we doing here on the submarine? It's like, just touch that bar. It's a transformer, obviously.
Yeah,
Duh.
dumb bitch.
He's like, it's time
Only you will know how to control it, and I know all of this.
He's like,
I've always had the advantage.
He's like, and my advantage now is that I can leave. Goodbye.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, third nipple, all those years of no pussy and no money, no future, it leads to this.
You just hate
He's like, leads to what, bro?
He's like,
I shouldn't have been here the last 2 fucking movies.
He's like, it leads to me leaving. It's like, goodbye. He's like, you poor asshole.
Yeah, and he tells the robot, he's like, shut the fuck up, man. I'm putting my kid through college. He's like, are you? He's like, no, they're loans.
No. The government, you know how America is. Fuck.
And apparently the sub, is a transformer. And it attacks a military submarine.
That was cool. I'll give the credit for this scene. I sort of like that. For whatever reason, the sub was like, okay, I'm not a real sub, so I can do a 360 turn.
That's true. This scene and the cutout scene, the Safeway select Tom Brady and their fucking C-Lab 2021 sub little, like, whatever the fuck that thing is called, that doohickey.
Oh, God. C-Lab 2021. I love that fucking show, dude. That shit was great.
But isn't that what it looks like?
Yeah, it does, because it's literally like that or fucking the Steve Zissou submarine.
Yeah.
What's funny is this is when it becomes a ride.
Yeah, it's a 3D simulation ride.
It is basically the submarine ride.
If you saw this in 4DX, it's probably a lot rawer than what we're saying right now.
Right?
Which I was going to go see, but fuck Universal Studios.
Well, I mean, you pretty much saw the movie at Universal Studios with their street tour.
Yeah, all you need is 3 minutes of Transformers. You'll think it's the best thing in the world. Even with 2 fucking teenagers be like, is this a roller coaster? No, bitch, shut up.
It's a ride.
Everyone that works at Universal Studios are fucking scumbags.
They
Every single one of
hyped
them.
up.
Like the Harry Potter ride when you hop on. First off, I don't even understand this, but they have like, you know those things at the airport that move you?
Tram?
Like it's flat, but they move you.
Yeah.
So they have that going the opposite way, and these, like, they're hanging like ski lifts, right? That are floating by the other direction. And the guys are there, they're like, hurry the fuck up, you stupid bitch! So you have to walk on this thing, transferring you the opposite way, and then get on the ride that's going the opposite way and hop on it. And they have this giant, like, spike up of plastic that literally smashes your balls in half, where it's like cutting the middle seam of my ball sack.
Right?
Yeah. And they're just telling you to hurry the fuck up and get on it. Although you might sprain an ankle, but it's all right.
That's cool. We didn't bother to design this correctly.
It's like half of you are poor enough to not even get health care anyways. You won't complain.
It's like, for some of you, this is the only vacation you'll ever have.
That's what you see in Universal Studios, are people that probably have saved up for this for about 2.5 years.
Yeah. It's the exact opposite at Disneyland. Everyone's wearing the shit that they wore the last time they visited Disneyland.
They're like, yeah, Homer cups and fucking wizard robes.
Yeah, us.
I can have one old asshole who looks like a pedophile make a wand for me. Let's go watch a Shrek movie that fucking sucks. Yeah. And then the only fucking thing Walking Dead that should be at night is the thing that closes the earliest. Fucking retards.
Oh, God.
Anyways, so fuck Universal and their bullshit park in L.A. Go to the one in Florida. Don't waste your time. Yeah, and that's when Mark Wahlberg's a racist. He's like, dude, that robot that torpedoed himself out, that's your fucking people, you dumb bitch. She's like, I know I'm British. I saw it.
I saw it. I saw it myself, even though this is how a poor British person talks, and I'm clearly rich.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch.
And Hannibal goes up to the fucking British guards of the Prime Minister. He's like, hey, let me in. I want to talk to the Prime Minister now. He's like, well, obviously I have the advantage, don't I?
There's 4 of us and one of your old ass.
And he's like, fine, fuck you, dickhead. And he like smacks him with his cane. He's like, no, I have the advantage.
He's like, I'll go use the secret entrance. Advantage over advantage. If you think 2 British people fight, they just fight for the advantage and then they're done.
Yeah, and they share tea and crumblets after.
And then they sort of just talk it over.
Yeah. And then Cog made some sushi, right?
Codman?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just, for
As
whatever...
she sees fucking Mark Wahlberg, you know, where the talus really is, which is grasping on his ball sack.
She's like,
hey, think you want to know how that works on a hairy bush?
Huh? He's like, it's stretching my balls down, motherfucker.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, this is a romantic dinner. She's like, I needed a date. I only touched my daughter the last few years. She's like, yeah, I only ate my grandma's dry cooch.
He's like, hey.
One night, but it tasted like multigrain cereal.
He's like, if my grandma could queef on a cereal, that's what my mom's cooch tastes like. It's generational. It's like, what?
And Hannibal's like, I will eat your fucking face, Prime Minister. I know what I'm doing.
That's right,
I got
dude.
the Hitler clock of doom.
He yokes the Prime Minister.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's
go.
like, shut up.
Let me talk.
No more queer speak. Shut up.
Him talking to the Prime Minister. What did that even accomplish? It doesn't.
He literally went to the Prime Minister and be like, call the cavalry. We need the advantage.
I think that he literally went to the Prime Minister to explain the story a bit.
Yeah, you need to grab your slabber knockers and do something. Like,
hit the Jabberwockers.
What the fuck is a slabber knocker?
It's like, oh,
it's something just British, isn't it?
Tiddly-hoo.
Tiddlywinks.
You know that game where we have the ribbons and we run around a pole?
Yeah, I don't think he was British. He was Scottish, wasn't he?
I don't fucking care.
Yeah, he was some pedophile European.
They're all pirates to me.
Yeah, now they see it. There's a giant, another Halo level that's buried at the bottom of the ocean.
Not only do they say it, the fucking Tom Brady knockoff literally goes, there's a giant alien ship down here. That was his fucking line.
He's like, by the way, there's some ammo on there. I'm going to grab it. I got to hold X before I do it. Yeah, that's when you see Safeway select Tom Brady, right?
Yeah, great.
He's like, oh, where's Marky Mark? He's like, I don't know. He ain't been around since the 90s.
He's like, I feel the good vibrations, but I don't know. I can't see them.
And if you see one of my illegitimate kids there, just keep going. Fuck you, Giselle. Cunt. Yeah, and they leave the sub to find the staff now. Right?
God. Let's explore the ship.
Now you have the Hawaiian shirt scientist like, oh, I told you fucking guys, man. See this lanyard with the USB drive on it? It means I'm a nerd.
He's like, 3 days, and then the jizz will go all over our faces. This will be the weirdest thing on Pornhub.
Tens of millions of people will die, including my computer analytics.
He's like, civilization as we know it will change in 30 seconds.
Yeah, or this movie will end in a few more hours. And you're like, a few more hours?
Oh my God, what time is it?
I looked at my clock when that was said.
Right? And then fucking Day Trader rolls through with the fucking Transformer ship they have now.
Yeah.
It's like, that's all ship. Day Trader's like, I know, guys, but you're going to have to pay me like 13 shillings. But yeah, so then he's like, Day Trader came through with the ship, that son bitch. I thought The Rock was there for a second.
Right? And you see Mark Wahlberg, he's like, hey, man, like Planet of the Apes, can I swing on some vines so I get to a tomb?
We're going down to the tomb. And the space station. Remember the space station we never talked about?
Yeah, and the space station dude's like, dude, it's over.
He's like, can we float out of the way? This sucks.
And apparently, Jumanji rule number 7, they need to put her hands on the tomb, or the floor of the tomb.
Yeah, and then it raises
and it pops out Merlin's pedophilic dead body, right?
Yeah, and then...
and Mark Wahlberg's like, dude, because they're looking at it, and he's like, hey, can you read that foreign language? He's like, oh, yeah, sure. It means no one can pass, or no one can go in it, right? And he's like, wait, we came all this way, and you're not going to fuck this dead body? She's like, oh, of course we're going to fuck this dead body.
He's like, we're here for a giant dildo, right? We're fucking. It's happening. Mark Wahlberg's like, yes! They open the tomb, and Mark Wahlberg's immediately like, I give the fuck up, because they see a wooden staff.
Well, yeah, it's Merlin's fleshlight, and Mark Wahlberg's like, I had it was patent pending, man.
He's like, God damn it, my life is over. I'm just giving up. Crash into the world. I don't give a shit. I'll never make money.
And it's funny, too, because he instantly gives the fuck up, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's instantly like, it's fucking wooden staff. I know everything around here is fucking magic, and robots are humans.
He literally picks the wooden staff up and throws
this shit, man. It's like, bro, you just literally said that there's magic. You literally said that. So why wouldn't magic be in a wooden staff? I don't get it.
I think he was just done. Mark Wahlberg as a person was done with the movie.
And he's like, you know what? Don't even try and warm me up with that sexy ass accent, you fucking cunt. And she's like, bitch, I was kidnapped here. Do you remember that? Do you fucking remember? I thought I was gonna get raped.
He's like, yeah, so did I. He's like, that dude pushed me.
He's like, I'm going to keep looking around because I'm Mark Wahlberg. I don't give up on things like half of my careers.
Yeah, and of course he goes and wakes up the Knights.
Right.
Because they had to be introduced at some point.
They whoop his ass, right?
They
the
whoop
gargoyle fucking...
fuck out of his ass.
Oh, God. They blow him the fuck up, right?
Yeah, and then she grabs the staff on accident. On accident.
Yeah.
No one knew that staff was going to transform. She reaches for it, grasping.
And it reveals its true fucking nature.
Yeah.
Which is CGI lightning.
And then Optimus rolls through. He's like,
oh, God.
Did you forget about me, bitch? Because it's been a whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Optimus, yeah.
And then, of course, he fucks the day up again for humans. Even when he's doing it intentively or non-intentively, he is fucking ruining the day for humans.
Yeah, but he starts, like, fucking people up.
Yeah.
And then Bumblebee has to fight him. Okay.
And apparently Optimus Prime, like I said, when he meets someone that has equal fighting skill, he loses.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
He's getting his ass handed to him. Because Bumblebee has superpowers.
I'm literally surprised that Optimus Prime didn't have to ask Bumblebee to help him fight Bumblebee.
Right?
Because that's usually what happens.
And look how it fucking ends. It's Bumblebee all of a sudden having his queer voice back. He's like, I am Bumblebee, your oldest friend. And Optimus is like, wait, I just need to shake my head and now I'm blue again. That wasn't the biggest cartoon moment in the world.
And even Optimus is like, man, I sort of feel bad right now. And the Knights were like, yeah, you should feel bad because we're going to cut your fucking head off, you traitor.
Yeah. And they apologize to each other like fucking fags. And what happens? They're like, yeah, let's run down this hill and not know what's in front of us. And then Megatron shows up and mops them for the fucking staff. And Megatron's like, dude, you suck as Optimus and Optimus Prime, you idiot.
Yeah.
You couldn't save our planet or theirs. Just stop. Maybe I can bring us peace, bro. Maybe.
Yeah. The Knights are like, we're killing this guy. He is a fucking idiot. It's 5 movies. Optimus Prime's an idiot. Let's just kill him, guys.
Yeah, right? And then somehow Mark's... This was the worst scene in the movie. The Knights are going to kill him. They're swinging their swords around. And Mark's fucking... talisman fleshlight turns into a sword now. And it can block a Transformer sword.
Yeah, my big thing is, like, who cares if the metal could block it? The sheer weight of a Transformer should have squished Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how cool his sword is or how big it is.
Well, I don't think you can squish him anymore. That's the problem.
Well, he's so dense already that it just, like, oh, okay. That makes sense.
Mark Wahlberg is built like a Filipino man. Like a muscular Filipino man.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and apparently now Prime is doomed to Earth, right? They're fucked.
Yeah.
Because of what Megatron did.
Yeah, essentially.
Because now Megatron's taking it to the, to the fucking Smurf bot, right?
The Stonehenge, the Smurf bot.
God, the Stonehenge. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know. It's getting more and more confusing, and nothing is ever explained.
Yeah.
They don't explain it.
That is when the corniest speech happens. Prime's like, I think I'm going to give up now. I don't have the advantage anymore. And Mark's like, dude, are you fucking British? The time is now. America. Trump. Life. Texas.
Optimus Prime's like, you're right, Cade Yeager. Let's go.
He's like, look, I'll never betray anyone again. He's like, betrayed you guys like 3 different times in all these movies, and I'm going to jump into fucking space again when I have the chance.
He's like, hey, remember in the last movie I sort of blamed y'all for what was going on? Turns out it was my fault, so my bad.
Yeah.
You guys should have wanted to kill me.
Oh, my God. And, like, it's somehow creating an ignition chamber, the staff, into Medusa's asshole.
I didn't get it. It's like, what's the ignition chamber? And everyone's looking around like, I don't know. Fucking Jesus. But that's where we're going.
Right? And the guy's like, the scientist, he's like, hey, man, now I got 2 lanyards with USB drives on it. How much data do you think I've collected the last 24 fucking hours, huh?
It's like, I don't believe in fucking fairies. I just believe in science.
Which is actually geometry.
Yeah. He's like, you just need to swing.
Here, this is science. Knock off one of the ropes, it'll swing into the other rock.
Yeah, I figured this one out when I was in the bathroom taking a shit, and I just lifted my dick up and let go, and I was like, oh, that might work.
And they're at Stonehenge, and, Decepticons, I don't know what they're doing anymore. They're having a fucking 4-way in their little orgasmic Stonehenge chamber.
You just hear like, I live to kill a planet. It's like, Jesus.
And, of course, what does the military do? They're like, hey, I know this never fucking works. Let's send Humvees and guns.
Yeah.
They're going to kill someone.
And
Yeah.
then they get fucked
Instead of a fucking airstrike, which would kill at least 3 of them.
Yeah, we've shown that we can airstrike them to death. We've never seen this work out for us.
Bro, think about it. There was 2 Humvees and fucking discount Tom Brady and some random black guy now that's like, hey, I'm not good as Tyrese, but all right. I won't say anything then.
Yeah, what happened to Tyrese? How come only one of them can come back for each movie?
They're like, dude, that's not enough time. I gotta eat.
He's like, I just found out I could be in a movie with a car that looks like a rib. Fuck this shit.
And Hannibal's like, I'll use my cane gun and have the advantage on Megatron for at least 1 second. Then I'm gonna turn around like a demented faggot and die.
Yeah, and then Codsworth comes up. He's like, "What happened, Master?" He's like, "I didn't have the advantage."
He's like, at all the inbred Scots that enslaved me, you were at least all right. Yeah, and so UK Fiasco shows up and he's like, "Yeah, man, I bought your transmorphers, even Caitlyn." And he's like, "Can I finally get fucking paid now, bro? For real, though, I'm gonna have my goons run up on you."
He's like, "If this Caucasian leprechaun doesn't fucking do something about my rent right now."
And then, that's when Optimus gives his stupid fucking speech. He's like, "Oh yeah, we are Autobots and we ruin everyone's lives. Well, let's kill ourselves willingly if we don't and fly away."
Right? And what does he do? He just flies away from the main scene again. It's like, "I'm out."
He's like, "Yeah.
Y'all fight."
And everyone's like, "Oh man, I'd suck that dude's cock and then die for him." You're like, "Why?" And he's like, "You must take the staff and be fags with it. Go ahead." Like, what was that shit? And now here goes the prototypical, like, everyone fighting off everyone, being like, "Where's Optimus?" Like, dude, we've lost 60% of the military. Where the fuck is he? He's just floating around. He'll be somewhere.
He just literally shot himself away. Like, just was gone. He flew away. This motherfucker flew away.
As now the Prime of Light is, she's vacuuming the fucking staff into her pussy, right?
She's like, "Watch how."
And she's slowly building the Halo level. She's like, "Look, I'll put a sword here, an SMG there."
It's like, "Oh, here's a pillar of some ancient there. How about that? And behind it, 4 plasma grenades."
And apparently now, like, the planet is only scraping away the shitty parts of Earth because no one's really complaining that, like, all of the Antarctica is destroyed now.
Yeah, no one gave a shit about that. We don't care about it now.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's actually happening.
And that's what Mark Wahlberg's like, it's using the Earth's core. No, hold on. Before I go into Mark Wahlberg's retardedness, it's using the Earth's core to vacuum energy.
Yeah, it's basically ripping energy from the Earth's core to heal itself.
Oh my fucking god.
It makes no sense, right?
And yet you're gonna hate on Godzilla for obtaining, like, nuclear whatever waste. And that was somehow made fun of, and yet this isn't. I bet you it is.
It probably is.
I'm sure every critic's like, "Oh my god, those robots were not realistic."
They weren't realistic enough. I don't think they actually existed back then.
Mark Wahlberg didn't dance in this one. I'm fucking pissed off.
I wish he did.
I miss bandana Mark. Just have him wear a bandana. Something.
Bandana, wife beater. Like saggy jeans.
And this is the time now where everyone's fighting. And Mark's like, "Hey, bitch, you want to go out with me?" She's like, "Dude, no wonder why you don't get pussy, you fucking idiot."
Yeah, I didn't.
Nor the time, no place, you dumb fuck. And now apparently they have another plan because the U.S. said they can't. So, Safeway Select Tom Brady is like, "Yeah, I know I haven't followed the rules for any of the fucking movies, but now I have to because it's going to make the plot more convenient."
Yeah, they said don't go to the chamber, but you know what could happen possibly is all 4 of our planes could crash at the same time. Because that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, we're about to parachute in now," right? Because that was their goal.
At what point are they on Earth, or are they on fucking Megatron, or...
Apparently Mark Wahlberg knows how to parachute, too.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't actually have to. Like you said, he's so dense, he just... bang, right off the fucking ground. Can't squish.
Yeah, and that's where Marky Mark is like, "Dude, y'all weren't filming me when I was rapping. Now where y'all at?" Yeah. Like, I produce shit now.
He basically tells him to go fuck himself. It's like, go fuck yourself, bro.
He's like, "I'm the one who kept Optimus' dick in the mouth when y'all were over there just bullshitting." And they all take off their badge and shit. The black guy's like, "Bro, I don't give a fuck. I got paid."
Yeah, and we see, Jesus Christ, we see the dragon pop up. The little girl.
The little girl
is on the fucking plane being like, "Adele, Adele."
And they're like, "Get your fucking J-Lo ass out of here."
It's like, "Get your ambiguously fucking Hispanic ass out of here."
He's like, "Aren't you wearing a sweater now that no one cares?" Michael doesn't even care.
Michael Bay's just like jerking off to explosion pictures.
Yeah, and all their fucking planes crash and fail immediately. Like, literally immediately they get shot out of the sky.
Why, though? I didn't get it. Fuck it. Ignition chamber.
Yeah. Now Megatron enters the battle, right? Now it's like a true war movie again. Another Transformers war scene, which was cool in the second one.
Yeah, this is an actual war scene because it was Saving Private Ryan. They're like, "Bro, there's a gun emplacement and we can't get by it."
Yeah, I don't know. So of course she's like, "Orale, orale, my automatic trash can. You can do it." Because remember, she made him an arm so he could jerk off really hard?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And what the fuck did he do? Did his arm become a giant gun?
He absorbed the gun that was on the turret thing and shot it.
Okay.
He scanned it, turned his hand into it, and shot it.
That
was sort of sick, I'm not gonna lie.
BB-8's the shit in this one. I wish he was better in Star Wars, though.
And now all the Decepticons form into a giant demon.
I don't know if those were Decepticons or
Was I playing EverQuest or was this Transformers?
Well, yeah, it didn't do them much.
Was I playing Diablo?
That was Diablo, bro.
Well, I'm sure most people watching Transformers movies still are people that play Diablo.
That was a fun game. I like that.
And Bumblebee wasn't feeling it, so he shoots the fuck out of him, and they have their whole little battle, right?
Yeah.
And they plan a retreat of the objective due to fucking what they thought Tiger Woods' rape physics were.
Yeah.
Right?
That's when fucking Squeaks squeals. Squeaks blows the fuck out of the base, and he's just like, fuck, like, okay, I don't get what's going on anymore. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
And now here's, everyone's still dying now. Everyone's dying. They're like, where the fuck is Optimus? Like, where the fuck did he have to go? Mark Wahlberg's like, dude, it only takes him 10 minutes to jerk off. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. It's like, he'll
And how are we fighting? Or is it just us putting our hands up and yelling? Because no one in front of us is fighting us.
Right? And it's almost like Optimus Prime's like, I'll come to defeat a medium major enemy, but then when I need to fight the really big enemy, I'm going to need some help.
Yeah.
Because that's what he does. He comes in and kills the demon.
Yeah, and he does his fucking 6-way head chopping, which I guess was cool, but it was fucking... That looked Ninja
He cuts everyone's fucking head off.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And as they're blowing out the other planet, due to the science guy's fucking idea to swing and toss, or whatever the fuck it was called.
Which doesn't fucking work.
It doesn't work, obviously. And she, like, as they're about to jump off, Mark Wahlberg's like, finally, I'm done with this shit, dude. I can go touch my daughter again. And she's like, no, I'm going to go get that staff. I've been missing it.
Right? And he's just like, oh,
God, fuck.
Me. He's like, all right, fine.
They're running to grab the staff, and the Transformers, like, fight their way to a safe point, right? And
this scene was cool.
Yeah, all this was dope. Like, the fat Vietnam vet, he was,
When he was firing into the time bubble that the French dude made, that was cool. I liked that.
Yeah.
That was a dope... Like, one of the few times you see Transformers... Not few times, but one of the cooler times you see Transformers team up in a fight.
Yeah.
So, I like that.
And also, his dread beard is dope.
Yeah, he does, and he's smoking a bullet, man. He's smoking a fucking bullet.
Did he use that, or was that the last movie?
That was in the fourth one.
Oh, that's right.
Blow someone's brains out with it.
And that's when Optimus is going to kill Megatron. And Megatron's like, oh, we were brothers once. Rah, 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 rah. Cybertron! Ah!
And he fucking straight kicks Megatron off the plane.
Yeah.
He's like, later, dumb fuck.
And this was the worst line in history. Now Optimus goes up to fucking Smurfbot, and he's like, hey, bitch, check out my little friend. And you thought it's something like different. Something we've never seen in Transformers or something. Nope, just Bumblebee. Being like, hey, here's my Lance fucking Armstrong helmet. Pew.
Right? And then he's like...
Story's over. And the way she exploded was fucking stupid. What kind of fucking Disney mermaid shit was that?
Yeah, she just disintegrated.
Yeah, like retarded.
Yeah.
And, all that bullshit. Now they escape. And now Optimus Prime has to tell us that, hey, here's my Optimus Prime time. The truth is, you guys are part of us now. Now you have to deal with our bullshit even more, because we're going to be a planet on top of you.
And we're going to rape your planet.
And we're going to still charge you for the energy, you dumb bitch.
Right? Energon will never be free.
And just be prepared that every fucking step of the way we might kill millions of people with our monster bots.
I hope they didn't kill the red guy.
There's a fucking robot T-Rex. It's a fucking robot T-Rex.
Yeah, that was sealed away in like some ancient Chinese valley or some shit.
And please, for you called it The Last Night. So I'm assuming that meant the last night we'll ever see this fucking franchise. But they set up for some Arabic Syrian shit now in the future of Transformers, right?
Oh, God.
Now we're going to have Arab bots. All they're going to do, they're just going to transfer to a bunch of 7-Elevens and be slushy machines. Well, they're not a true army. They're just going to be, like, scattered throughout the mountains.
There'll be, like, 5 or 6 of them in a cave.
All their only weapons are tear gas.
Sniper rifles.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, again, another more than meets the eye quote about Earth.
Which he's already said.
He's like, yeah, you know, there's a dangerous secret in Earth, and that's fucking us.
It's just
And
like
we
us.
ruined it.
It's more than meets the
This
eye.
movie fucking sucked. It was fucking
fucking
terrible.
hated
Don't
this
ever
movie.
watch it.
Don't, please.
Watch Marky Mark's rap videos 500 times and use that within the, how long was this movie? Like 6.5 hours?
I feel it was at least 3 hours. At least. And if you didn't, like, get it, the movie, then great. Neither did I. You're not dumb.
All I'm saying is, why Camelot? Why Merlin? Now. Why them now?
I don't know. I think they just ran
They're
out
just
of
running
shit
out.
to do.
I would have rather them done an Arabian guy. He'd be like, folly, folly, folly. La, 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 la.
At least,
That'd been a bot.
man, Asian Transformers might be cool. Japanese
Asian or some
samurai.
sultans,
Like,
some shit going on.
explain the samurai
Yeah.
Transformer. What if
Yeah.
there were more of them?
You went from dinosaurs to like dinosaurs were actually okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't really that mad about the dinosaurs. It's just transmorphian jids all over the place.
Bro, they should go back in time and do
And
like
for all the Caitlyn Jenner transmorphian jokes, expect to see them more in the future.
Yeah. And
And if you want to hear more of our shit in the future, fucking subscribe, bitch.
hit us up on
If you're on
fucking-
iTunes, fucking subscribe.
Yeah, hit us up on fucking Facebook and Twitter and see our release schedules. Jesus.
And in this fucking future of Transformers and in the name of it, go make a bunch of accounts. Call them Order of Opinion bots. Call them Order of Opinion Prime. And just fucking write a bunch of reviews and download our shit like 300,000 fucking times.
Prime.
And maybe we'll get a sponsorship. Maybe we'll get a sponsorship from Sam's Warehouse.
Sam's Warehouse, where Transformers are kept.
And we'll sell you fucking Lord of the Ring action figures. Still in the box. They might be worth something.
Oh God, I used to love Transformer toys.
And if you're on SoundCloud right now, just fucking follow too.
Yeah.
Especially if you're especially if you're a podcast that has racial diversity.
If you're a podcast that has racial diversity,
We're automatically gonna follow you. Yeah, and if you're on, you can follow us on Twitter and Facebook as well. Fucking like our page, please, because I don't like reaching out to people and shit. It seems like I only get a like when I reach out to people.
yeah, and then
But just fucking like our page if you're a fan. If you're a fucking fan, do some work for us, please.
and I swear to
We're
God,
giving you hella episodes and a bunch of laughs, and we're sacrificing our character.
yeah. And what's funny too is like, if
And it's a
you're-
comedy, by the way.
yeah,
But
maybe
this is who we really are.
it's possibly a comedy. But yeah, fucking, and if you're gonna add us and then fucking like unfollow us or what the
Yeah.
fuck ever, we know because we're neurotic enough to look
Yeah.
this up.
Just know that I'm going to kill your uncle and peel off his skin and wear him as I kill you.
Yeah, and we might even put you on blast for being like, I don't know, fat or ugly or gay or who gives a shit.
So check out our previous episodes. We've done all these movie series. I'm going to list them now. Pirates of the Caribbean. That's episodes 52 through 56. That's our most recent. Before that, we did all the Fast and Furious movies, all the X-Men, all the Star Wars, all the Harry Potter. So, you know, if you got time in your day, go watch those fucking movies and then go listen to this shit. Please go watch them first so you'll laugh at everything that we're talking about.
However, with this movie, you might be
Yeah.
less confused if you just listen
Just
to this.
don't watch this movie.
Yeah, just listen to this. It's less confusing than the movie.
So, that's all I gotta say about that bullshit. And come on! Yeah! That's my order of opinion.